Yes, I'm proving. set, go.
Allow us to introduce ourselves. We are the players, the members and the fans of the TCS eSports League. We don't have big stadium shows, millions of viewers, or our own rap song. But you know what do we have? Our community, our casters, finals and memes.
We don't play because we have to, we play because we love to. We have scored hundreds of goals from different angles, teams and players, but with one thing in common. If you ask us how to be a part of it, we got 2 words for you. Monday evening.
Good evening and happy Monday, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the TCS eSports League, our final day of the online portion of the main tournament. At least we've still got the relegations to go, but for today, we're all about that playoff hype as we decide who will be the last team through to the TCS eSports League finals. I'm the Eternal J. I'm joined by Digital Bacon as per usual. Back from a nice little trip of his own to Switzerland. I wish I could have been there, mate, but you've had a lot of fun, and I'm sure that today will be a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, I've just had a fantastic weekend, of course, working with Red Bull for the Red Bull Universe. But that is the same venue that we're going to be hosting the finals to this season, the TCS eSports League. So I was able to scope out the venue you might have just seen with today's little, match day announcement video that I was able to catch up with Safair and Nesix. It was great fun. And we are so looking forward because it's now within 2 weeks, Jay. It's crazy close, isn't it?
Poor NextX, by the way. You absolutely wrecked him in that video. I just feel so bad. I feel
He
so
loved
bad
it. He
for
was
him,
great
but-
part. We filmed like 3-4 different videos, like different takes on that. That's the one that got picked, but it was fun. He loved it. Don't worry.
Well, it definitely is looking to be a fun day, and I know that a lot of people might have been disappointed that I wasn't there at Red Bull Universe, but for me, I'm going to do all my best to make it to the LAN finals this time. It's going to be absolutely amazing, boys. I can't wait. So what we can't wait for as well, and what we won't be waiting for, is the matches in our playoff bracket. You see that bracket down there at the bottom of your screen. We have a lower bracket run, which kind of will be the most important thing, where Sparks, Ira Legacy, and Letty X will look to take the final spot in the LAN finals. Slightly Salty and Edelweiss will also be our last match of the day. That'll be the one that decides the seeding, see who's going to be in the upper bracket for the LAN final. So, you know, of all the teams right now, Salty Edelweiss will be the most confident sort of squads here. You can see how the bracket overall plays out here in terms of the bracket. That like right half is going to be is all the LAN stuff. The online stuff there is those first 3 matches on the left.
So as you can already see, Coconutters, Slightly Salty, and Edelweiss already confirmed that last spot. Whilst Letty X have a bit of advantage, anyone can make it on through. And it's got to be said, going through that lower bracket into the finals is very dangerous. So that Slightly Salty versus Edelweiss match is so important. And we've got to remember back in week 4, I do believe it was, Jay, Slightly Salty did take down Edelweiss. So could they do it a second time?
That is the question. That is indeed the big question, I think. But we'll start things off with Sparks and Ira Legacy, 2 teams that are currently fighting for their tournament lives, and they're teams that were in the 5th and 6th positions, of course, in our overall league table. They weren't quite fully up to snuff when it comes to trying to overtake each other in the league itself. But it's sort of edged out by Sparks towards the end of the season. When it comes to their season performance against each other in particular, Sparks were the team that won out when they last faced off against Ira Legacy. So already they're coming into this matchup with a bit of an advantage here, Bacon.
Yeah, definitely. Sparks sort of had a horrible middle portion of the season, but that's because they had the toughest teams at that portion. They entered on in with Mindsanity and Vision Gaming. Our bottom 2 teams were able to get those 2 wins quite easily, and then after that, it sort of all trickled off. We were a little bit worried about their performance, but like we said, going up against the top teams, you sort of did expect them to lose, but they finished strong. Going to Game 5 in Week 7 against Letty X, in Week 8, taking down Ira Legacy, like you said, 3-1, and then finishing in Week 9, 3-1 against the Swiss Incredible Rebels. It was a brilliant finish for them. But I've got to say, on the opposite end, Ira Legacy, whilst in that final portion, looked really weak. When it came to that Week 9, Jay, when they went up against Slightly Salty, one of our teams already confirmed through to LAN, they bought it in Week 9, didn't they? So who knows? They could be back in the fight.
Indeed, they could, and I look at this whole lower bracket run, and I think about the potential close match that we could have between Letty X and the winner of this particular matchup. Sparks and Ira Legacy both went 3-2 down against Letty X. Letty X won both of those matches, but that was still very, very close. 5-game matchup between between all the sides. So I feel like that for the lower bracket, we're going to get a hell of a treat today here, Bacon. So between these 2 sides, it all comes down to the differences of who's performing better on the day and whether they can channel their inner strength from the likes of the Sparks side to be able to beat out an Ira Legacy squad here. So I kind of wanted to query us about that. You know, we saw a big resurgence from Sparks in the late season, and looking at their round robin run, I feel like that they've sort of placed in the right position overall. I feel like maybe if they had were showing some better matches in some other days, they probably could have pushed up a little bit higher than their overall position. But I think ranking them above Ira Legacy is pretty fair.
Yeah, I do as well. They just were more consistently of a higher caliber. When we come down to our legacy, when they showed their weakness, it was sort of like in these weird cases from week 5 onwards, where back in week 5, they had a Swiss Incredible Rebels, and that was a bit of a naff match, I've got to say. But in week 6 and 7, they went up against Mindsanity and Vision Gaming. Vision Gaming nearly able to take that away from them. Week 8, they were a little bit lackluster against Sparks, and perhaps we were saying at the time that was just because they were already one of the teams that we thought were safe and through. So when it came to that week 9 match and they rejuvenated themselves, we're really happy to see that. But was that week 9 just a flash in the pan? Was that just a one-off pop-off? Or is that then back to the form we expected of them this season? Because Ira Legacy are a team that are capable of making it through to the finals, but pound for pound, player for player, when we look at the Sparks side, we do rate them higher. And Sparks went away mid-season and really started to reform themselves, because when they came into the season, admittedly, they got those 2 wins up against the weakest teams, where their problems weren't really shown. It was through that week 3 onwards when they were going up against a lot stronger sides. You know, in week 3, going up against Edelweiss, who were playing alongside Batu, being able to go to game 5, which was quite impressive, but they weren't really on the same page, and they're very unpredictable, and that's where we saw Edelweiss really struggle, was with unpredictable teams. So who knows right now, when they're trying to get that team plan together, that could hold them back a little bit, because a lot of their plans could get stopped. But at the same time, they should be a stronger team between themselves. So realistically, we're not going to see who is the strongest side until about game 3, I reckon, because it could go anywhere in these early stages where both teams are coming on in knowing that this is a very vital game. LetiX, where they play very fast and loose, are a team which you can predict a lot more, but these two will be going up against each other with many different plans and looking to just beat each other out on the mind games.
Absolutely, and definitely some mind games playing into the factor of the Sparks side. I guess they get to look back at their season and look at their Lausanne loss and their LetiX loss, thinking that maybe if a couple of games had gone a bit differently, maybe they could have been in a better position in this season. But, well, I mean, at the end of the day, they're in this angle right now, and whatever is in the past is in the past. The present is now, and the present will be Sparks versus Ira Legacy. Predictions on this one, Bacon?
I think it's going to be Sparks. I'm going to say 3-2. I think we're going to go the whole way to that game 5, but I do favour Sparks in this one.
I do too. I'm favouring Sparks. I think it could go down to game 5 for me, though. I think game 3 is where we'll get to, as you mentioned before, get to see roughly where we're going to be at in terms of general, ideas of who's going to be on top in that respect. So let's not waste any more time, Bacon. Let's kick things off in the online playoffs. Sparks in the black half, Ira Legacy in green. And already into the offensive line for Banana Man, trying to see if he can get this ball set up off the corner. It's disrupted by Pipifax, who does have control in at the midfield marker. It's Martin wrapping over Squixel there with a chase. He's got Martin to find in the midfield. He's going to dribble it up of his own right, try to find his teammates. Martin's forced to break away. Good demos in from Squixel and Kasalian, so it does take away some of the offensive pressure here from Sparks, but at least they're thinning things out for the most part here on the defensive line as well.
What a good response by Kasalian there, Jade, to just go around with those demos. Really halted the attack from Sparks. Of course, they haven't gained a massive amount, but they're able to relieve the pressure. But talk about pressure. Double whammy on this one. Martin just being able to drop it like it's hot. His Squixel's gone in hot for Kasalian.
Yeah, I guess that fake out didn't kind of throw off Kasalian to a certain extent. Slowed down, trying to maintain control of the ball, trying to see if he can get that touch out and deny the backboard play. But well, Martin just coming in from the back lines and not expected at all there from the Ira Legacy camp. And a very good start here for Sparks. An early goal that could lead to magic going forwards here. We've got 100 boost in the corner where Switzel can take control of. Banana Man misses the ball entirely in the defensive midfield. As Tooth turns it back to a 1-1.
To pick up some sewing, because he definitely threaded a needle there, Jay. That was picture perfect, frame perfect, even. Any, 1 degree either side, and he would have not got a goal there. So Tooth really coming in clutch. And Tooth is sort of like the man I expect to step on up. He is such a high-skilled player, so his teammates are going to need him. I expect Kasalian to play more of that enforcer role, but lovely. Banana Man enforcing a goal here. He was just lingering about.
Yeah, perfect passing play. Ira Legacy still thrown off by the ball's position, not knowing where they were going to go with it. That's a 2-1 in the favour of the Sparks side as a result. 3 minutes and 41 seconds to go, so still anything can change, as we've seen from the Ira Legacy counter-attacks. Martin off the backboard, Pipifax awkward touch, Banana Man can't come forward, he's a little bit too far back. The third man also committed on that play as well, so Pipifax will have the turn away, beating out one, but not the second hit.
50-50 as well right there, Jay. Kasadin's chased onto it so well. Double commit here could be super dangerous. Look at that, Banana Man doing so well to find Martin, keep control of this ball, and Martin has almost hit a weldie, but only an inch too wide.
That was so close. That was almost on. Another fantastic sequence. You can see how Sparks have been linking up as a team. We've noticed that some of their scrappy players have been, these players getting in each other's ways at certain points, but right now, they look like a formation unit. Ira Legacy may struggle further because of it. Right now, they are in the attacking half, and they have denied that third goal from Sparks. Banana Man's got to take this away. The defensive's got to hold. Squixel will clear it out to Banana Man. Tooth is able to disrupt it back into Martin now. Or Squixel could just take the dribble, and actually they do get in each other's way. Again, Martin being a bit mispositioned, but you can see the ideas here, and you can see how good they look.
They do look so good indeed. I was sort of expecting this game one to be that very cautious, very defensive game one, Jay, but no, both these teams coming in. So many demos as well. This is going to be a banger of a series. The playoffs really living up to the hype.
Absolutely they are, because it's last chance saloon for the teams involved, especially in our first two games, because there's no double elim bracket at this stage. This is the lower bracket. Lose once and you're done. Your season ends at the last hurdle before LAN. So for Sparks and Ira Legacy, time to prove something, and Tooth will play slowly, play carefully, set up by Pipifax off the sidewall into a 2-all score.
Oh, that's very pretty. Like, such a simple goal at the end of the day, but so well calculated, so well coordinated as well. Amongst all that madness, the defense working so hard and being able to keep it away. Pipifax, that's a fantastic touch as well. Got to block out Martin, but unfortunately, the pressure was too high.
How quick these counter-attacks have been here from the Spark side. Pipifax again missing a ball off the backboard, allowing that to slip below the crossbar and go to a lead again for the Spark side. They have been contested over the course of this one by Ira Legacy, but still plenty of potential ahead of them here. Martin, awkward off the backboard. Here comes Banana Man with a perfect dunk, and the defensive just crumbles at the helm here for Sparks.
Yeah, Pipifax, you can see what he's going for, right? Where he wants to punch it off the wall, but keep it off to the side, and he's just put a little bit too much on it, so it's kept round center, and it's only just worked to the south for Banana Man. Our Alexia are close. They're not far behind here at all. It's just come down to very minor mistakes.
Those mistakes starting to pile up, though. Very awkward defense from Pipifax, and Squixel was so ready for this here to feed it off the backboard. Another backboard miss, and we're seeing this pretty consistently here from Ira Legacy. If they can't get control of this ball sent away, then we could be seeing this one spiral out of control.
Yeah, definitely could, but 130, just in the most constructive way, Ira Legacy give up in this game one. It's fine. You don't. You've got, it's a best of 5. You don't need that game one. Now just look to really focus on that defense. Try and get a lot of consistency amongst yourselves so that you can withhold the attack of Sparks, because they are really ruthless right now.
I genuinely thought that ball was going in for Squixel. His setup here to bait in the defensive, and another double commit will allow the 6th for Sparks. No one able to defend this one from Banana Man, knew exactly where to place that ball. And while they'll start things off on the right foot, definitely a 4-goal deficit in the last minute. Ira Legacy are going to need some realized levels of play if they want to bring this one back. I don't think Sparks are going to capitulate in that sort of a way to allow that to come through for them. Maybe even another goal for Banana Man. Almost gets the second touch. Martin's got an open net. Shoots it wide and high, though.
An interesting thing to look at here as well, Jay. Squixel without a goal to his name. It's 2 hat-tricks coming on through. One from Banana and one from Martin, of course. And Squixel in the past has always been that sort of ace, that striker on the team. Instead, today he's playing playmaker. So a definite change up in plan here, which is really interesting.
Maybe that could be the unlocking factor. We talked a lot about how Martin and Banana Man have got a lot of strength between them as individual players. So maybe Squixel's best role in this team is support. Well, either way, it has won them their first game here in this matchup against Ira Legacy. 2 more to go before they move on to the next stage to take on Letty X and Sparks. Well, the work has begun. There's still a hell of a lot more to do, though.
There is indeed, and right now I think they need to start convincing Twitch chat, because it's a little bit quiet on the support side from Ira Legacy, Jay, and we need to see that hype up. Something coming on through, because these lads need a bit of energy about themselves. You saw in that last minute and a half, you know, where I said just give up in the game, start working on that defense, trying to, you know, find where Sparks are weak. But realistically, Ira Legacy have just been a bit too quiet, haven't they?
They have, and they have. Been very, very slow to start things off, and so for game 2, it's got to really spool up here. As you mentioned, game 3 is going to be the one where we start to realize who's going to be the victors in this matchup, and this pace can change drastically. So this needs to be the starting moment here for Ira Legacy. Game 2 sees Squix off in the corner of the Ira Legacy half, going in for a solo. Please carry that one right in. That's a star for Sparks.
And that is definitely going to leave you starstruck if you're on the Ira Legacy side. Just seeing Squixel, again, without a goal in that game 1, start us off in 14 seconds with that weldy. Just absolutely styling on Ira Legacy. We were thinking this was going to game 5. Jay, I'm now scared we could be done in 3.
We well could be. Ira Legacy finding their way on the back foot already in this one, and if Sparks are scoring more bangers like that, then yeah, it is troublesome here for Ira Legacy. It is only the first minute, however. 4 to go, but they're getting closer. Squixel and Banana Man with shots closer. Backboard play from Squixel. Teammate trying to see if they can forward back with the defensive look, so scramble from Ira Legacy. Martin can take it behind 1, try and shove Kasalian out of the way. Banana Man fakes it where Squixel a little bit too far away. They'll challenge on each other, but that ball's been sent right back over towards the Sparks half. The shot comes in close, Kasalian can block it off. Martin still finds a chance to get a touch on the ball. Not quite a shot. Martin will try and find Squixel. Squixel back off to the corner. Martin can have to be sent on the rotation instead because Kasalian's got a clear.
Does, but Banana, look at that pass inwards. Tooth not able to pounce on it. And that's well cleared away, all the way to the corner on that mint green side. Oh, great little block coming on out there from Kasalian. And of course, it backs off wide. So you can see Ira Legacy have got it in them, but they just need more confidence, Jay.
Great beat out from Martin. Banana Man trying to clear out his line, but there's still a player. They've got the challenger in Kasalian in particular off that backboard. He bounces it up high. Banana Man takes it out of position as they do hold themselves control. Kasalian up, good flicked an eye by Squixel. Sideboard bounce, decent touch in. Tooth is in the box and will be able to deny it. Demo in. Tooth off the sideboard again, back to the corner. Sending this one or attempting to send it wide. Banana Man leaves it. Kasalian blocks it, trying to find Pipifax. It's still a single goal differential, so with them having pressure here, it still still a chance, but 2 players commit, and they still can't find the goal. Neither can Sparks find the clear. Pipifax gets a recovery shot, which is blocked off by Squixel. Kasalian keeps the pressure going, and Ira Legacy are starting to spool up here. Cross back, Tooth is forced out wide.
Yeah, Sparks are just hanging on in there, but at the same time, nothing coming on through. Tooth gets a fantastic little save to the corner and rotates around accordingly to be on the end of this clear. Banana Man does step on in. Kasalian high above net. He wants to get a follow-up from Pipifax, and he does. Pipifax putting a goal up on the board and bringing the boys from Ira Legacy back into this one.
Yeah, awkward missed touch or missed ball from Squixel. Reisha tried to take it high off the backboard and find a pinch away or leave it for his teammate to find a clear in the net itself, but either way, it's going to be awkward defensive. That ball's rolling right in. Martin's got to take control of it. It's got 1 man to beat. Second man demoed. Flick is going to be disrupted. Ball still close. Squixel takes it off the back foot. Bounce back for Banana Man. Tries to find his tee away. Can't maintain all of it. Martin still gets the challenge, and Martin wins the lead again.
You need to see the replay on this one, because whilst that's great control by Banana Man, oh, Pipifax just Oh, didn't see Martin coming on through and just couldn't get his car in the way of the ball, so he's on a tee for him. That's going to hurt so much. Kasalia needs help here. Oh, he wanted to go for the pinch off the wall and just, I don't know, flopped it.
Nice attempt, but not to be. Ball into the corner as Tooth controls it. Back Martin with his own challenge. Another one that could get sent right to net. Kasalian's going to get involved. Squixel back here, crosses to the box. Martin and Banana Man way too far away. Squixel to receive it and get another banger with a direct challenge on the defender. Sparks claim their third.
What a dunk here as well. The follow-up through. Pipfats couldn't do any more, realistically. You're just going up for the hit to be able to angle that off in time. That ball didn't really travel anywhere, so it just was not happening. Such great instant amounts of pressure being put on by Sparks, and it's really making Ira Legacy sweat. So Jay, Ira Legacy, what I need for them right now is just to bring more control. Try and remove some of the boosts from Sparks. As you can see, Squixel there rotating around, focusing on that 100. First and foremost, to just try and hold that midfield line. It means right now, Ira Legacy are going to struggle to force the ball into their opponent's half because they can't really utilize any boosts. They've only got 30, 40 left in the tank, and so if they were to throw everything at them, they'd just be without boost in their opponent's half and then having to retreat way back. So realistically, Sparks are dictating this game.
They really are. And it does seem eerily similar to the series we saw from them in Week 8. Every game that was won by Sparks was won by a margin of 2 goals at least. And this is just dominant from them. 18 seconds, got to get a counter-attack, and then a kickoff here for the Ira Legacy side. Ball sent up and over, Pippafax to receive it. Banana Man gets his challenge back into Kasalian. Tooth tried to redirect it instead. Kasalian with a follow-up, misses the ball entirely. And the last 5 seconds, the ball gets fed up, cleared away. And that will be game here for Sparks. 2-0. Ira Legacy could get swept out as the Sparks side looks so damn good today.
Yeah, pretty much clinical, so aggressive, so much pressure being put onto opponents. And it's field pressure. It's not realistically pressure over the ball. It's not them looking to control the ball, right, Jay? Where they're allowing longer hits so that Ira Legacy can pick it up, and Ira Legacy are being sort of welcomed on into the Sparks half. But where I was saying about that boost scenario, Ira Legacy get into their opponent's half, start thinking, oh, we've got an attack together, and then they're left without nothing. They can't retreat quick enough, and it allows Sparks to near enough instantly pressure into their opponent's half and keep that pressure high. Ira Legacy, now with the full reverse sweep in front of them, it's going to be one heck of a task, but you can see Tooth not readying up. Martin's not readying up as well, it's got to be said, but they are talking this out. They know this is going to be an incredibly pivotal game and their last shot in this season of the TCS Esports League.
They got to go full reverse sweep on this one. There's a best of 5 reverse sweep, so it's not the most impossible feat in the world, but still will be difficult for them. They won 1 game against Sparks in the TCS Esports League. Is there a second one in them? Could there be number 3 and 4 as well? We'll have to find out as we get into game 3 of our best of 5. Sparks on to sweep their way quickly into the qualification matchup. It's into kickoff out of the midfield. Tooth took the onus of the first touch. Pippafat's going to try something and find the opening strike. Tooth's got a hold of the defensive because Banana Man's got a quick clear away. And Kasalian got the breakaway, teed off by Squixel. Got to find Martin to clear it out. Demos in, will clear out a bit of a line. Pippafax is still there. Finds Kasalian, he's demoed out though. Squixel now with all the control. 1 to beat. Kasalian trying to make it a second player. Does force out the flick at least, so the defensive hold for the moment for Ira Legacy. Sparks, however, are on the attack, and the unrelenting force continues to take its pressure.
Yeah, forcing out the flick there was everything in defense. It allowed time for Tooth then behind to get up high enough with what, only 32 boost upon spawning, to then get up into net, make the save, put it off towards the corner, and then they can work their way on out. But that is such a good save from Pippafax, really bringing it down to the wire.
Really had to get it together as well, because otherwise that could have been the opening start, but things are spiral out of control. And definitely for the mental game when you've been kicked in the dirt so early on in the last couple of games, and now you're holding a decent showing here in this one. Does indicate some better performances, but a demo against a crucial player at Pipifax, Tooth and Kasanian have got to get back here. They will be able to do so. Squixel back off the corner into Martin, who's thrown it past them again. How do they keep finding these incredible shots?
It's just Squixel there being out one, Tooth lunging across net, and Pipifax not quite sure where he should be after that. It's all so muddling. And realistically, it comes down to the defense looking to slow it down, realized that they didn't really have the chance to slow it on down, so throwing it into the corner, but then they've been charged on. Sparks are so aggressive, and Ira Legacy just don't really know how to respond to it. It's almost like their reaction times are just not there. They're not able to make decisions quick enough.
They're going to need to get something going soon. Because again, they're down by 1 goal here in this third game where Sparks looking set to sweep them. Good block off of Martin, perfect on the open net. Squixel can look for the shot. And now Ira Legacy are in deep, deep danger.
That they are, and as the defender, that's just such an infuriating moment because you do get the touch. You do technically make some sort of save, but it's just gone straight into your opponent. And what that reads is just you're not making good enough defensive saves. All you're doing is forcing into 50-50 scenarios, which if you're the last man back, you never go for 50-50s. You need to make it in your favor. You need to get above the ball ever so slightly to just try and throw it away, put it out wide to the sides, but they're going head on.
Lovely. Oh, what a fake.
Crazy.
What a fake. They had in the earlier match day in the match day in the season where they faced off against that team, that could quickly turn to mush.
Sparks definitely turning up today to do damage, looking ready, like you said, to really challenge for that spot at LAN. It's going to be a difficult task, but they look ready, they look hot. There's only 2 more minutes. Ira Legacy have got to pull the rabbit out of the hat right now.
Ball off the corner, Tooth comes up, tries to put it into the corner again. Banana Man with 1 challenge. Kasalian back over. Tooth trying to get involved. He's got 63 points of boost. Going to challenge a second player. Squixel puts it down to the crease. Kasalian comes up. Second teammate, no. Challenge on the defense, keeps it away. Squixel going to beat out Tooth and beat out another. Martin going to have to chase downfield, try push players out of position with a demo, and that allows Squixel another good flick. It's a stellar goal. But they've been hitting stellar one after stellar one, time and time again. Ira Legacy may already be done.
So the problem realistically there was the defender coming in, trying to like close the distance, chasing after the player, instead just going straight for the net. And that's such a difficult decision to make, Jay. It's got to be sent Banana Man. Oh, he tried it there. That's bold. They're now just so full of confidence. This is like the best story for Sparks.
This is a team that have been through, I think, the most roller coaster season, if you will, in the TCS eSports League. They were set up to be a team to do some major damage. They had a 4-game losing streak in the mid-season, started off strong, and now coming into their own in the late season to just absolutely wreck the opposition in front of them here. Ira Legacy feeling like they didn't even stand a chance from the word go.
Well, Ira Legacy safe into next season, Jay. It's got to be remembered. Last season, they were 7th.
They just keep getting better. They just keep getting better. Oh. You can't see it on screen, but Pipifax just got shoved there by Squixel. Yeah, this is over.
It is, but I was saying, Ira Legacy are a slow burner, it seems. Last season, coming 7th, having to fight through that promotion relegation tournament and surviving. This season, coming in 6th. Yep, Sparks came out fifth, but it doesn't really matter between those two positions anyway. But being safe into next season, who knows? With that pattern, they could just go full send and next season come out fourth and make it on through to the LAN finals. This is a team that is always growing and is becoming a staple, a benchmark of the TCS Esports League. Whereas Sparks on the opposite end are that sudden burst of energy that no one was really expecting to be able to do this much damage.
Unbelievable amounts of confidence coming in from Sparks. I did not expect it to be this one-sided, and if I am LetiX, I am tugging at my collar a little bit, just like, yeah, this might be a tough task coming up in our second game. But I mean, yeah, what a showing from Sparks! What an absolutely unbelievable matchup they just played.
Indeed, and I'm just quickly having to check that LetiX Sparks match is going to be the one next on stream. And the great thing is Sparks are incredibly warm right now. They are coming in hot off a 3-0 win, should have lots of confidence in them. They don't seem to be a team that get cocky, you know, so that should be good on their half. And LetiX, I guess the best thing that's going for them right now is they've been able to watch this match and perhaps analyze it to try and find out how to beat Sparks, because Sparks, like we said, are looking ready to take it all today, Jay. And it's not a new thing within TCS Esports League for a team to come on through from that first match and be able to take out the fourth place team. So LetiX, they've had a stellar season so far. Don't lose it at the final hurdle.
Indeed, they have, and indeed they shouldn't, but that is a scary force to face off against the Sparks side, already taking that first step into the LAN finals, going into the lower bracket round number 2, where LetiX are waiting in the wings, and that will be our second series of the day here on the TCS Esports League, so do stick with us after this very short break as we return with our qualification match here in the playoffs.
Wenn ich das Gefühl habe, dass mir alles entgleitet und alles um mich herum zusammenbricht, weiss ich, dass ich mich auf ihn verlassen kann. Immer. Seit 125 Jahren an meiner Seite.
Be terrified, be scared, be very, very afraid of Sparks at this moment because they are on fire. In that first match, it was a 3-0 dominating affair. Didn't even look like a challenge against Ira Legacy. And now, knowing that this is a team that went toe-to-toe with Letty X in the regular season, Bacon, this looks like it could well be Sparks' moment to shine. Like, they look like such a far better team than even during the regular season when they were at their highest peaks, you know?
Oh, definitely. And like me earlier saying about how the results of Ira Legacy last season, it's got to be remembered as well that Sparks was also down those positions, right? They finished 8th last season, so they've grown this season, but what a story it would be if they could go the whole way to the LAN finals. Now, when we're looking over towards Letty X, Arco Mino, Aqua, I mean, in Arco Mino, we've already seen them reach those highs, right? Reach the finals. So this is a team which you look at and go, this should be a surefire pick, but we haven't seen them today. We don't know how they're playing. The Sparks, we do know how they're playing. They're playing good. So it's all going to come down to some counter strat, which I think Sparks will have in place, where we've seen already pull out, like, you know, a very heavy demo meta already. Great pressure being put out from them. Defense is something that we didn't get to see a great amount of. And when we did, it was a little bit iffy. So perhaps that's the route on in for Letty X, because they're a very heavy attacking side. Defense was normally their weakness, as they rely very heavily on that clutch, you know, jump across net, one-man defense. So there's a possibility that Letty X could overwhelm Sparks, but at the opposite end, I expect Sparks to have a plan for this one.
Absolutely, and considering the nature of the underdog brackets that we've seen over the course of time in TCS history, like you just take a look back at last season, for example, how Vision Gaming Papagas had their lower bracket run to make it into the grand finals online. The season before, that was Team Sir that could do that. The season before that, it was the Coconutters that came from the last place position to the first. Same thing for Sir in season 2. So going back in history, we've always seen a team from the first match in the lower bracket just get a good result, then dominate their way, or otherwise have momentum swing their way to beat out the qualification team as well. So right now, Sparks are currently trending with history at the moment, and that's very encouraging for this side right now. Again, realizing that they had that mid-season slump, now bringing it back right here, looking like a dominant force. They're on track to do it for another season in a row.
They are indeed, but history is a thing of the past, Jay. We're living in the present, and Letty X are the young roster. You look at, yes, Squixel from Sparks is the young man. They've got 2 players that are considerably older than the rest of the field here. So they've got experience, sure. They might be trying to utilize that experience. But when you've got sheer passion coming on out from the Letty X roster, where they're just going to go into this near enough head on. If one thing doesn't work on the fly, they're going to come up with a new plan. They're just going to keep on trying everything they can because they so badly want to get to those finals. I mean, every player here really wants to get to the finals. You know, you don't have to say anything else about that, but we're just going to see passion versus passion, I think, and it's just going to be age versus experience.
100%, and definitely a bound for glory sort of matchup here between Sparks and Letty X, both sides to make it into the LAN finals. And you yourself can also be bound for glory with the TCS halftime show, which is coming up after this series. It could be a quick one, so type #halftime if you want to enter the raffle, and we'll draw a couple of players to win up to 6,500 Rocket League credits. So, Bacon, while this match goes on, we'll keep reminding you guys, of course, over the course of that one. But I'm all aboard the Sparks hype train for this one. I'm looking forward to see whether they can do the damage and get their spot at LAN. It will be game 1 underwater in Aquadome. Sparks in the black half, Letty X over in white. Let's get things going.
Well, you might be thinking Sparks, but I'm thinking it's going to be Letty X. They've shown all season long that they're only just a whisper away from that top portion of the field, and I think they're going to keep it that way.
Got to remember as well, during the regular season on match day 7, it was a 3-2 series that went back and forth with Letty X taking that first game and ultimately tipping past the likes of the Sparks side. they're getting those first generated opportunities here on the defensive line. The defense does hold, however, for the Sparks camp. Here in the back lines, it's held together at the back wall. LetiX continue their attacking force. Set up for Aqua, back down to me. No, trying to check his chance, but not going to happen here. It bounced off the backboard, the defensive hold, bounced out in center. Can't quite find that clear. Ball from the corner as Aqua maintains his control. Push back, bump out of the way. Squixel can get the save and finally get the clear as well.
Yeah, and this is a good clearance downfield. Look at Mino there. Pushing it off the backboard. Realistically, if he could have dropped on down, that would have been super dangerous, but the attacks keep coming on through. Look at the sheer amount of pressure being put on right now by LedTX. They are super, it's just absolutely on a whole nother level right now.
Oh, slow and steady for the defensive as each individual picks their chances to hold off against the attacking force. They haven't found a clear though, not into the white half at least. LedTX are applying significant pressure to Sparks, and well, definitely the scary force has been tamed. And now they'll be scored upon. LetiX finding that opener. Demo out to the right, left very little in the defensive line.
I think that's the worry right there. They thought they'd just figured it on out, but no. The shots just keep on coming. 1:42 into this game one. And that's it. The floodgates have been broken. Boy, oh boy. It was a pretty good goal nonetheless, just sheer and utter pressure coming on through. Great coordination, great shot put on here as well. That was super dangerous, but Squixel has really shown his worth all season long.
Not being allowed to get themselves back into the offensive line though. There was usually be a player to chase that downfield off the back of that clear. Martin couldn't advance forward. Banana Man's demoed out. Squixel's got to get in the defensive, and he will be able to do so. Banana Man with a respawn. Mino's popped it back down. Good clear away from Martin, but can they follow it into an actual attack? They've had no pressure on the white net as of right now. Got one shot to target on Banana Man so far. Trying to make it a second. Ball off the backboard, turned away by Arku. Aqua comes up, Squix off the sideboard. Martin to receive it. Can he pass the Banana Man? Yes, he can. The best he can do is take that even further into the corner, though. There will be no further shots as it returns back, and LetiX can reapply the pressure.
Aqua there, throwing it down into the ground. Easy save for Squix. We need to put it high. Need to go for a backboard pass. So it's just been handed on over. Sparks in control once again. Interesting, Jay, that they're going for these backboard passing plays and continuously going for them. They know something we don't, because I'd think backboard passes just won't work against this LedTX side with how fast they are.
Might not. Definitely was working well against Ira Legacy when they couldn't get a backboard defensive involved. Martin looking for the shot. Banana Man also with a chance as well. Mino there in a position. Pass back into the box. No teammate can receive it. The defensive holds. Martin back in. Aqua with a clear. Arcu's already in the Sparks half to receive a chance. Squix is going to take it away from two attacking players, though, and now maintain ball control. Here with a flicker. Can he bait out Arcu? Yes, he can. But he can't take it past him. He still manages to adjust here. Banana Man from that corner. Aqua back into the midfield. Martin passing, demo in. Arcu now sends it back over to the Sparks half. Banana Man still maintains control. In front, Martin with a chance, he misses. Squixel to recover it. Arcu takes it out wide. And Sparks with the best of chances, but they couldn't make it happen.
Yeah, Martin just ran out of boost at the worst time right there, so couldn't get high enough. Double demos coming on, out. Arcu into Banana Man, and of course Banana Man back into Arcu. This has been a super even game. 45 seconds somehow left on the clock. Only the one goal to speak of. And look who's back in attack. It's LetiX.
Off that post, off that crossbar, Squix will try and tee it away. Martin's demoed out. Banana Man's got to carry it forward on his lonesome. Mino back. Martin grabs the 100 boost, shoved out of the way. Squixel with a boomer, but it doesn't go in. Aqua still defends against it, and Banana Man with a big miss. It's a wide open net. It's a 2-0 for game one to go the way of LetiX.
Sparks threw everything at this one, and unfortunately with those demos as well involved, just could not get anything off of it. 14 seconds left to go. Whilst it is possible, I'm sorry, I'm being a realist here. The game is done, but the series is well and truly on.
Wow, Sparks. What a shock to the system. Having taken on Ira Legacy and dispatching of them so efficiently, so easily, and then to receive this brick wall, which they've just run smack into. Wow, Letty X definitely wanting to break the trend of the lower bracket run.
I sort of liken TCS this season, Jay, to Formula One. We've got, the front field, the front of the pack, then we've got our, 1.5, we've got our midfield contenders, and then we've got the back markers. And right now, we're seeing Sparks, who have somehow been able to transform themselves from being a midfield runner into one of that front pack, but the conversion is made in this match. This is where they show their true worth and, break off that mid-table team stigma. Unfortunately, Letty X are not going to give up their spot willingly.
Game 2. You can feel the tension rising, how quickly Sparks want to get themselves back into contention on this one. Martin's going to receive that ball, send it to box, actually. Technically a shot on target. Can he tee it up and find another good dribble play? He'll try to do so. Won't happen against him. Mark Aqua heads control, is challenged by Squixel, but he gets the 100 boost at least. Squixel has to go over a shot on his lone team with whatever resources he has in the tank, and he does find one. Mino there with the defense. Banana Man back in. Squixel nowhere to be seen. Martin caught lurking back in the midfield line. Bit more of a defensive basis here for the Sparks camp, and that might be appropriate. They're playing a very aggressive game on Letty X, so pick and choose your moments as and when appropriate. You might get less opportunities, but you'll definitely be able to score when they're necessary. Challenges in as they try and find one of those opportunities right now. Martin back down, Mino with a touch out, however. Him and Arco are going to hold the corner.
But look at Letty X and just how they continuously pass to each other, even in scenarios like that. Aqua wanted the 50-50 to find Mino. He was constructing it, just not able to, make the calculation for the player to get in the way. But notice that every single one has got purpose. Every single shot is towards a teammate. Mino being able to stack up perfectly in the rotation afterwards. Aqua looking to run that off for Mino. And Aqua once again just trying to throw it into the corner, trying to find a teammate. It's incredible stuff and really a difference maker. But if Sparks start bringing out those demos even more, start dislodging players, what would happen then?
Well, I think we might just be about to find out. Ball off the backboard. Squixel not in shooting positions. Will still send it close. Banana Man with the finishing. Martin's going to recover it. Everybody whiffed. Oh, Sparks. Where's that confidence gone now? All sorts missing on the attacking line. They had the perfect chance. It almost felt like they couldn't believe that they were in the Letty X half. Now they're back in their own half once again. Squixel now with a perfect line down the center. Doesn't find a shot though. The best he can do is contest. Aqua's going to take that away. Banana Man sending it to the corner. Martin is way too far back. He'll still get a chance. No, he won't. Mino back. Cross to Banana Man. Martin going to try and get involved in this, but no one can find the shot on the touch. Neither can Letty X though. 2.5 minutes. We're still 0-0.
Yeah, right now, Sparks might be in attack, but you can just see not able to link up with each other. Their rotation's too wide. Just do not have the time. Great little save coming on through. Turns into a massive clearance, but Mino so far back. Banana wanted Martin, but just Martin could not get there in time. And this is becoming a recurring issue for Sparks. They have everything so close to being perfect, but unfortunately, the width between them hurting.
Oh, Banana Man not on angle. Could have got that second touch. He did, but he couldn't get it to target. Martin, that corner on the sideboard. Aqua 7 points of boost here to flick. Will bump Banana Man out of the way. Switzer can still take it back to Martin. No, he can't. Arku blocks it in the mid-center. Aqua comes up over the backboard. Banana Man's got to get defense, and he will be able to do so. But where do they work from here? Do they continue working off that defensive? Aqua back into the corner. Squixel challenging on Aqua's part off the backboard. He's going to try to pinch it away. Mino involved. Not going to get shoved out of position. Banana Man and Martin on the defensive, putting it back to Squixel, teeing it up for Banana Man on the dribble. Mino's going to have enough time to get there as Banana Man couldn't control all the ball. Now Arku's got his breakaway. No one's in the net. It's going wide anyway. Aqua can't get the follow-up. And at the 60-second marker, LetiX are making their own mistakes.
LetiX had built up that scenario so well. They had really pressured Sparks on the boost front. That's why Sparks went there. They had to force an opportunity to go for those mid boosts to try and regain the favor over those mid boosts, and it left them open the back lines. LetiX just could not punish them, could not capitalize them. They had done the maths, but unfortunately that end somehow was wrong.
Squixel dribbles it in with Martin, and finally for Sparks, they have a lead after play after play after play. LetiX capitulating in the back line. 23 seconds to the win.
Is there, and now it's just going to be desperate Rocket League coming out from LetiX. Throw everything at their opponents. Hope something sticks. Mino over towards Arku. Going for the 50-50 there is so bold. But they should have boost and one final attack.
Banana Man takes it into the LetiX half. Arku to Aqua. Squixel to block it, and he lets it hit the floor. Sparks with game 2. A very last second breakaway, a desperation play that comes up good for them and takes us 1-1 in the series. And how poetic, Bacon, to see LetiX win the first game by a margin, and a single goal difference separates Sparks and LetiX to get that second game to the board, and well, we could be going back and forth again.
It really shows the caliber of Sparks to be able then to make the adjustments from the first game, go into the second, bring it in super tight, and it did come down to the finest margin just for Martin to barrel on through. They can't count on that again though. Going into game 3, this is all going to be about Sparks trying to assert their game, because I can't see them playing that defensive game once again here in game 3, because LetiX we're getting so close to being able to pull it off, and they just got the idea of that boost management game, and if they start putting that down again, they could receive dividends.
Mina crossing this ball out. Squixel here to contest. Arku to center. Aqua to receive. Arku looking to dunk right down with a 0 angle. Martin takes it away. Not going to happen today. Involved with the clear out back over to the other half. Up off the backboard. Martin beating out Aqua forward. There's Mino with an opportunity to the net. Squixel's going to take it away. And Arku back down. Aqua involved. Cross back to Arku. Shot available. Squixel's got to hold the save. But Mino's right there to pick another opportunity. Banana Man does find a recovery position. Get that clear in. But once again, reminiscent to game 1, LetiX with all the pressure to play with, getting a great chance at the crossbar, not the nets.
Somehow there's a guardian angel smiling from above Sparks, because that was so close to being a goal, only a fraction away. LetiX getting so close right now. Double commit. This could be punished, and it will be. Martin once again puts Sparks ahead.
That's a big, big goal for them to find. Truly massive. Martin becoming the difference maker here for the Sparks side in the back of the net for 1 goal in game 3. Will that be the difference maker here? 3.5 minutes to play. LetiX, again, some mistakes cropping out, and now we're starting to settle into a bit more of a formality in terms of their styles of play here. Both teams looking so stressed and pressured in games 1 and 2. Now for game 3, feeling like maybe Sparks might have a formula to work from. They've got to try and replicate it though. Banana Man and Squixel here with dribbles. 2 players to beat, they only get it past 1. Leaning off that sideboard, bounce out of the midfield line. Aqua shoots up high. Squixel's going to take it higher, turn it away from position. Arku can just keep it inside the box. Squixel's going to try and look for his aggressive play. Back on the clear, Aqua can block it.
That he can. Sudden death Rocket League always brings out the best in teams. When you have got to fight for everything, you can just see them look for perfection. And it's getting a little bit scrappy. So you've got to try and remold yourself. You can see right now LedTX wanting to go with a lot more wide plays and then bring it in just before the goal. Try and get something to drop straight on down. Reduce any chance for a defender to come on through. But in defense, these double commits. Oh boy, that's scary.
Now they're making it consistently as well. All Sparks have to do is find a punishment play against those double commits. Back into the LedTX half. Mino's going to get a demo in against Banana Man. Martin challenges another. Squix was a bit too far back. Banana Man's got to be the man to take control of it. Caught on the respawn. RQ beats out. I'm getting involved with Squixel. The 100 boost is going to get picked up. Going to shove that player out of the way. Martin down here with the breakaway. Off that back, but it bounces off the post. Just that little bit too far wide for them. And just when you think they're finally going to get a decent cushion in, the blessings start coming back for the LedTX side so far as to equalise.
That, I just feel sheer pain right now. That's a good response by LedTX, has got to be said. But on the opposite end, Sparks are winning the player economy, Jay, straight up. They have more opportunity, and they've just got him. Squixel on the kickoff has just redeemed all.
That's massive. That is absolutely massive. Both Mino and Aqua were beaten. Aku couldn't do anything about this. And so quick to respond to what LedTX had in their play. 2-1 up, a minute and a half to go. And look at Banana Man finding Martin. Mino can just get involved back in the midfield. Aqua's going to maintain control of this ball, try and find his teammates back inside the box. Cross forward. Martin there with a save, and Squix was going to keep it even further away.
That idea of the setup that came on through was crazy good. Take up the wall and then, of course, follow on. Like, damn, that's such a quick adjustment. But the setups coming on through from Sparks are so strong. They're ready to withstand anything. Again, the best we've seen from them all season long. But LedTX, they do have the pace advantage. They are slightly faster. They just got to turn it into a goal.
Banana Man sending it up. Mino there to receive. It's got no boost to carry this dribble play forward. It's going to get knocked out of the way. Martin with a shot. It's off the post. Bounces back. Aqua with a defense. And they barely keep it within one. Now they're going to send back down the other end of the field. But Sparks aren't going to make it that easy as they're back on the attack again from that corner. Aqua and Banana Man involved with each other. Banana Man shoots. Aku is there in the net and tries to find a breakaway. Can't get a 100 boost. Martin maintains control. Aqua lacking around and Squixel bops down. Shoots on Mean over the defense away. And now again got a counter. Banana Man to the backboard. Martin's missed out. Squixel's the last man back. Aqua's got a dribble, bump in play, flick up, Squixel takes it away, and Sparks just defend it, just hold on to their lead, and hold on to the lead in the series.
LedTX played that final moment as perfectly as they could, Jay. They were storing up boosts, they're building it on up, they were allowing Sparks to attack and withholding, because at the start, like at the 30-second mark, LedTX were basically, the highest the player had was like 20 odd, right? So they were starting to store it on up to the point where they had one player like 63 and then like, you know, mid 40s for the other two, enough to make a play. And then they started transitioning downfield. The problem is they got way too into their home heads. They were trying to work around the defenders. And in the end, that slowdown, that awkwardness that they brought themselves allowed Sparks to be able to dislodge it and then take the game. This game 4 is going to be crazy.
It's match point for Sparks. 1 game away. 5 minutes away from going to LAN. And these guys, man, they have played some lights out Rocket League today. They have played some stellar play in this matchup and on this playoff day. Game 4, with it all to do for LedTX. Got to get 2 in a row to claim their own spot, a spot which they fought so hard to get off the back of game one. Here we go. Sparks sending Squixel, Aqua taking the kickoff for LetiX. All sorts of players missing. Mina still shoots and Squixel gets that early defensive in. Again, that fast and aggressive style of play for LetiX will come up to the fold. Martin and Banana Man trying to outplay it by taking it underneath the midfield players. Bounce out the sideboard, coming up for Mino is a opponent player that can try and receive it. Aqua back down with a slow ball off the back ball. They double commit, but Martin's still there for the clear. On the breakaway, back into the white box, and now Sparks can attack.
That they can. Martin was hoping for Squixel to be ready in the mid, but as he is sort of playing that third man, second being sort of a shadow behind, a little bit too far back, and you can't blame Squixel in that position. He's holding the defense down, as you would expect in such a high-pressure scenario.
Speaking of high pressure, that dribble up from Aqua through the entire defense off Banana Man, and Squixel couldn't find the ball's path. It's just inside the box. Mino shoots left. Both players were going right, and LetiX take the lead here in game 4.
Rare moment of sheer panic coming on out from Sparks. Martin doing good, otherwise Arku could have really made it a quick 2-0. You know, set that up nicely. But again, Martin just keeping his head.
Awkward backboard clear attempts from Sparks. Need to get more connection on that. Mino down, Arku trying to receive it, beaten. Martin and Squixel with the breakaway. Can they beat Aqua? No, they cannot. Can't grab the 100 boost though. The attack can continue from Banana Man. Pinch on that challenge, sends it right into the hands of Martin and Mino. Mino in the end is the man to take control. And Squixel again, light touch from that corner. Takes it down to the midfield. Aqua gets involved. Blocks him off. Mino to receive it. Banana Man takes the ball back, trying to beat out Arku. Crosses back to that box regardless, and they're unable to find a shot for it. Squixel now involved into the corner. Aqua challenges, Banana Man behind, shoots up high off the crossbar. Second touch is too far wide, and the second man, the third man, is unable to follow up with a shot.
That he is, but Mino, great little blockouts. Just keep his car positioned so that he can win the 50-50. I'm wondering right now, Jay, because Sparks have been playing from ahead for these last 2 games. How do they turn this around? Because they need to start taking control. With all the pressure, you notice it. It's always these weird, wild goals come out from Sparks where they sort of catch LetiX off guard. Now, LetiX can, you know, play that slightly more defensive game. They can maybe just focus on pressure rather than going for the goal. So they should have all the cards in their hand.
Still struggling in that back line though, still barely holding the line at the half-time marker. It's 1-0. LetiX trying to extend it to 2, but now an opportunity here for the breakaway. Martin crosses to try and find a teammate who just isn't there. Still playing a pretty passive style coming in here for the Sparks side. Banana Man takes his shot. Mino defending against it, clearing out. Martin look for his way out, look for Banana Man. He's got to send it off to the side wall. Arku to Mino, Squixel gets in front. Aqua from the box, sends it up high. Arku to receive it. And puts it back down. Aqua's going to leave it, and he fakes out once, beaten on the touch. LetiX still holding control, but again, there are a couple opportunities generating for LetiX. Is this going to be another last-second goal for them?
Could just be. I won't take it off the table just yet. Sort of a fake there, but Squixel does respond well to it. Mine's in full control, but Arku somehow getting a touch. That's a massive whiff from Banana Man. No one expected it, so Squixel able to try and dig this one out, but again, requiring Martin, just puts it to the floor. Oh. Sparks have sort of deflated in this defensive.
Finally, LetiX find that cross to the man in the middle being Arku. Brilliant goal for the second to the board of LetiX. Minute and 19, and now they're biting for game 5. Trying to get some sort of attack going. Will they go full send in this one? They might just do that. Ball. It's a little bit dangerously close to target. It was going wide, however. Mino involved. Chance to dunk it down. And deflated is the right word about it, Bacon. Sparks being extinguished by LetiX.
Oh. But I don't think us guys at home, Jay, are deflated, because this is looking like a game 5, my dude, and that is going to be super exciting. Now Sparks have got a minute to figure out what's going wrong. To me, it just looks like communication and high stress gameplay because, I mean, both teams are sort of walking the tightrope, you know, with how they're playing. So it's going to be super intriguing.
I think game 5 is an inevitability here for Sparks. Banana Man trying to fight something back here, get one goal to consolate with. Arku dribbles in, Banana Man leaves it to go off to the side. Aqua tees up and over, dribbling in towards the backboard, 30 seconds remain. Arku sends it high, off the ceiling, Banana Man back off to the corner, Squixel will take control. Back off to the side for Aqua here, 100 points of boost picked up by Mino, Banana Man coming up and over, just to defend again. It's just a counter-attack, gets the momentum again for the Spark side because with 10 seconds left of the clock, this return is inevitably going to be pretty much dead in the water as we look to our 5th game. And again, Valetti X game 5 was where they were able to win it against Sparks during the regular season. And there'll be 5 more minutes to the clock. One more game for Sparks to take. It's now or never for them.
And it's a super interesting one right now because Letty X held back on demos in this game 4, Jay. You notice that? Where we just saw them, like, not really worried. They've changed up their plan slightly here to focus on that ball, to focus on pressure via just, you know, hitting towards the back ball, keeping up that attack, rather than trying to remove the players. Because traditionally, when you look at the defense coming up from Sparks, they play a 2-man defense. One going up to oppose the ball, a second to make that jump across net save. Whereas just to give the other option, it's what Letty X do, where they play a 1-man defense. They have slightly wider rotations, slightly faster rotations, so they're just trusting that that last man can make a save and clear all in one movement. Now, previously, if you move one of those 2 factors, you should be able to get a goal. That's what Letty X for. But instead now, for this last game, they were just like, no, we just keep hammering it on. We make our attacks quicker by always having a second man follow on up. And that seems to have worked. So where do Spartans go from right now? Because Letty X aren't playing mind games anymore. They're just outplaying.
Absolutely. I think you've got to hit the nail right on the head there. It is a case of just playing the better game at the moment. Who is going to break first, though? Can Sparks find it in them to find the goal, find that lead, and find this game? Arku with a flick up, players trying to bump others out of the way. Martin maintains control of that ball, leaves it for Squixel. Now carrying it on the crease. Aqua challenges him, has Martin to find. He will beat him, try and flick up against Banana Man, trying to bait him out, but no. Ball sent to the corner, back to the center. Firmino to dunk it, eye of the ceiling. Second touch not going to be allowed. Arku trying to roll it in as well, but not to be in this one. Letty X are still on the attack with demos and all, but ball sent out and Mino should find his way out of the corner.
Yeah, you can see Letty X here, again, like I was saying, with that outplay. They've started bringing in the mind games by swapping up, bringing in those demos, bringing in more fakes, where they're just like, okay, we can just beat you towards net. That's going to be safe, good stuff from Martin. But at the same time, we'll just try and remove you. So they're becoming less predictable, which is even more difficult for Sparks. Realistically, right now, if you were to, you know, make a bet on this game or whatever, you would have Letty X as the favorites.
And they're showing themselves as the favorite team right now. Faking in defensive, Aqua couldn't get the shot though. Does find a demo on Martin. Arku back in, Mino blocked by Squixel. Aqua goes up, got to send that back out of position, and Squixel can find the breakaway. 100 boost gotten by him as well. Off the ceiling with the solo opportunity, it's gone too high and cleared out by the defensive. Back into Banana Man, can he send that up? Yes he can, but it goes too high. Bounce from the corner, followed up by, I believe that was Squixel there. Arku's going to challenge him, back to Martin. Can he beat them? No he can't. Banana Man, another opportunity. He's too low, but Squixel's already rotated back into Martin and Banana, and I think they've just got it. Yes, they have. Half-time marker for the Banana. He's opened up this game in game 5.
Letty X trying to counter too quick. Banana Man was still back down in that white Letty X half, and so was able to turn on that Squixel. Way back in defense, playing a super far back third man, was able to make the clearance. He saw 2 teammates upfield, Martin and Banana. One of the 2 was going to get it. Oh, good stuff. Squixel is just so clutch today as that anchor third. And whatever change up the team decided, because normally we saw Banana Man's that anchor third, is clearly working. Squixel, who is easily the best striker on the team, has somehow turned into the best third man defender.
Now he's trying to hold the defense once again. Oh, Banana Man! On the line save as he makes his own case for MVP, scoring that one goal and getting the defense on the second opportunity. Mino trying to see if he can find his way out. Aqua in the backline defensive, pinch off the sideboard, back into Banana Man, sends that high Squixel with a redirective chance, unable to get it. Where's Martin? Bit too far back, will allow a bit of breathing room for them here. Mino with a shot opportunity, Martin takes it to the corner, now pressing in against Arcu. Arcu's gonna get it, Banana Man's already in the midfield with 100 boost picked up, tees it past the first, beats out the second, puts it to target, but Mino's in the way.
Oh, and Aqua there can see the net right in front of him. Open. Squixel's off wide to the side. That's a goal.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Now LetiX are in trouble again! Game 5, 2-0. Are Sparks gonna do it again? Will they keep the tradition alive? Will they go through the lower bracket and beat out favourites here in LetiX?
I have to sort of wait with bated breath to see if it happens. Again, after such a dominating performance in Game 4 from LetiX, Sparks have somehow made good on their chances here in Game 5. Just 50 seconds left to go. It is very possible for LetiX to come back into this, but we need a goal sooner rather than later. The fake comes on through, but Martin able to finish it away and take it downfield now.
Oh. Great challenge, but still Squixel follows suit. Banana Man going to get involved here with a 3-man strike. King Force goes high off the crossbar. Squixel still picks the opportunity, and that's game, set, and match at this point. LetiX need a miracle to bring this back in less than 30 seconds.
The thought that we could be sharing a plane, a flight, Jay, with Leo is very pleasant right now, I've got to say.
That's going to be a riot. I'm so excited for that one. If you've never seen Banana Man at a club, trust me, you're in for a treat. And here he is, becoming the central man of the attacking force. Martin and Squixel defending against the re-attack. The counter-attack that goes nowhere for LetiX, who they themselves are going nowhere. Sparks have done it. 3-0 against Ira Legacy and 3-2 against LetiX. They have beaten out the favorites in the lower bracket to book their flights and book their spot at the TCS eSports League Finals.
LetiX, by most accounts, have had a pretty much flawless season, Jay. 6-3, only losing out to the teams above them. And this is where they drop. They took them on in week 7. LetiX taking that in game 5, but here, losing in game 5. They're going to go away, and I hope that they're made of strong stuff, because mentally, coming into today, I wouldn't have been surprised if LetiX thought they were safe to go on through. But that lower bracket, I'm going to call it a curse now. That happens season on season, Jay, where that 4th place spot is not safe. The team comes in warm and looks to cause damage, and Sparks today have just done damage. And I am actually super excited for LAN, even more than I was already, purely because Sparks, the amount of growth that they have shown in the past month, and now they've got 2 weeks, could potentially even put in a little boot camp on top, you know, if they book him fast enough. This is a team that could do even more damage.
Indeed, they could. Sparks look brilliant, and they have looked brilliant against the LetiX side. They've beaten Ira Legacy already. 2 teams are now out, and we have our 4 confirmed in the LAN finals. You can see Sparks there in that 5th game, in that lower bracket game, and we'll find out who's going to be joining them between Slightly Salty and Edelweiss after the halftime show. For now, as we head towards a short break, we're going to get an interview with Martin. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the TCS Esports League playoffs. We're joined by Martin as part of the Sparks Esports camp. They have just managed to qualify for the TCS Esports League LAN. They've just beaten Ira Legacy. They've just beaten LetiX. Definitely a challenge for you guys in that second series. So give me a little bit of a breakdown what mentality was like as that LetiX match was going on.
Well, first of all, I want to say that as opponents, we actually quote-unquote fear LetiX more than Salty, so this win is already a good sign. But against them, well, we instantly noticed after our first loss that they seem to be having an insanely aggressive rotation. If it works, then it boosts ours really hard, which you guys probably saw a ton. And if it doesn't work, then they leave huge gaps that can be exploited for us to then score. Sometimes open nets, but sometimes also 1v2s. And overall, it seems that they left more gaps than they created. So, yeah.
And well, off the back of that, we saw you when we spoke to you, last week. You guys were very confident in yourselves to be able to take this matchup, and very confident that you had the capabilities to make it through to the LAN finals. So, straight up, can you give us a bit of insight into what you've been working on in the last week to prepare yourself for these two matches today?
Yeah, it's actually a bit disappointing. In my opinion, we didn't work on it enough. At least me and Banana, both as individuals, but also as a team. And by that, what I mean is I was actually wanting to scrim every day for at least an hour, but in the end, we actually only got like 2 hours of scrims in this week. So that was a bit disappointing. And me as a player, well, I mean, I've got only like 15, 16 hours past 2 weeks. Obviously, it's really hard for me to do more right now. But yeah, for the LAN now, I'm definitely going to try to prepare more as the competition, just keeps getting better.
Well, looking forward to see how well you guys will prepare for that one in that respect. But in terms of your gameplay style, it has definitely taken a huge rise in confidence since the last couple of weeks of league play into now. So what do you attribute that to? What's given you this confident style?
I mean, I guess 3 things. One is doing replay analysis and letting, saying what we think about situation individually so that everybody can be on the same page. Today, sadly, wasn't the case all the time. We weren't on the same page all the time, but we basically picked each other's brains so we know what to expect from each other. Then the second thing is obviously doing at least a few hours of scrims a week. Before that, it was 0. I mean, we basically go on the match day, we play, and that's it. And everybody plays either for themselves or 2s, but that's not competitive 3s. And the third thing is, after having done those 2 things, it gives you a huge mentality boost in that, you almost expect to win. Because we know the individual skill of us versus the other players. Like, for example, no dissing. I mean, I didn't play well, but for example, Arco, it's clear that his individual skill is probably not as high as ours. And if we just manage to play to our peak potential, then yeah, we basically go through everybody except Coconutters and Edelweiss, sorry.
almost.
Yeah, I mean, they were Savage Geneva for a long time. Now, of course, Edelweiss going their own way. But the one thing that the big change up to me this week, and I said it on broadcast, was that change to see Squixel move to like a third man within the rotation. It was always yourself and Leo who were the instigators to a lot of attacks. And Squixel, I mean, back during the matchup against Iron Legacy, didn't really get up on the scoreboard. He's doing tons of assists, but it was sort of like just sitting back and just like playing more defensive. So where did the idea of that come from? Because for the entirety of league play, really, he was the striker of the squad, largely, wasn't he?
Well, actually, if you take a look at the replays, he wasn't really. It's just that, I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, I really like to stay in the midfield and basically play that second man, as dumb, in my opinion, as that sounds. But if you guys have noticed, we let a lot of balls go through so that the third man actually becomes the first man a lot of the time without this, how they say, conventional rotational style where first the first man takes and then the second. It's not like that if you look at our replays. So actually, Squix has been kind of third man for a long time, But if Leo is feeling good, then or if I'm feeling particularly good, then we start cutting rotation a bit more. And it just so happened that today he had to play a bit more defensive, but it's not the intentional thing. You missed some details, but it's really hard to see. The game is fast paced, but yeah, he's always been like that. It just so happens that because our third man is usually the guy that actually gets the ball the most, as retarded as that sounds. Oh yeah, that's what happens.
Definitely some insights that I think we're going to have to do some homework on going into the LAN finals. And you yourselves will be doing some homework, I imagine, against Slightly Salty or Edelweiss. They are the teams that could potentially be facing up against you in the first round of the playoff bracket. Tell me some thoughts about those sides. Who would you rather be facing compared to the two?
Obviously, Slightly Salty, of course. What was that? I mean, in my opinion, Edelweiss probably going to win everything. They're in my opinion, the clear best team, even though Coconut is currently the standings leader. I think it's pretty clear who the actual best team is. But anyways, yeah.
I like it. Seemingly that Edelweiss are pinned to win everything from Martin's part. Well, definitely an expert mind and definitely an expert's insight. Thank you so much for joining us, man. It's been great to talk to you. And best of luck going forward to the LAN finals. We're definitely looking forward to seeing you and the rest of the boys there. But for now, we're going to head towards the halftime show. The TCS halftime show hosted by Strike. We've got two competitors standing by to get some Rocket League credits. And after that, it's Slightly Salty versus Edelweiss here for the halftime show.
Thank you, casters. And yes, you heard right, ladies and gentlemen. It is time again for the one, the only, the TCS Esports League halftime show. Very, very good to have you. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching this competition with us. As always, we're going to have two contestants going head to head in an epic battle for glory, for a name in the esports scene, and for Rocket League eternity. Actually, it's not that intense, but it's a pretty important thing, so you should definitely get some chips and watch out. Tonight, we're gonna play some more golf. We've had this a few times before. This is something that our contestants like, that the viewers like, and that I absolutely love to watch. We have two contestants tonight who are ready to go in for all. I think one of them, we already had him in, as far as I know. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you the ones, the onlys, if I speak about two, that makes sense. It is Barney, Barnabas, and Obi-Wan. How you guys doing, man?
Hello.
Hey, yo.
Very good to have you.
Many thanks.
Happy to hear that. How about you, Obi?
Pretty good myself, true.
Okay, did you have good days? Are you ready to fight?
Well, it was a Monday, but hell yeah, it's TCS time, so yeah.
It's TCS time, baby. Hashtag it's TCS time in the chat. Well, thank you both for joining the competition tonight. We are playing golf, and the way this works is that yeah, it's basically like mini golf. You have to get the ball into the right holes, and then the player who had more holes in 3 minutes is gonna win the whole thing. And if you get the same amount of holes, we're gonna count the touches. That's right, we're going to see who has at least touches, because if you ever play golf, then you know that the less you touch the ball, the better. Have you guys ever played mini golf in real life or in Rocket League? Let's put it like this.
Of course. Of course.
Of course. And were you good at it?
Dude, I'm awesome at mini golf. Anyone who wants to battle me in chat is wrong.
Ooh, okay. We got some strong stands right there. What about the contender? Are you good?
Well, I never played golf in Rocket League, but I play golf in real life, so I know golf and mini golf, of course. Who doesn't?
Okay, so let's put that to the test and let's see whether you're actually as good as you guys say. We're gonna go straight into Barney's stream. I'm just gonna open that real quick, get it ready for you guys at home who hopefully got yourself a nice cool drink and some popcorn, because we are about to go off, ladies and gentlemen. Barney, are you ready? I'm gonna call you in. I'm gonna count you in from 3 to go, and then it is your time to shine. Are you ready, Barney?
Right. Hell yeah.
All right,
Thank
then
you,
let's
everyone.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Let's go! And here he goes right off. Strong start, of course. I don't think anybody has ever started badly on this one. But here's the first hole. This is an easy one. Few touches. You can tell he's going the few touches route. Tries to get the right direction with as few touches as possible. First one, par. Just 2 touches. Well done on that one. And now right away has to get it over the gap in the middle, right into the red. But don't touch it too often because that's gonna hurt you. Oh! Didn't get the right angle right there. Oh! Didn't get the right angle right there. I actually have a strict whoa emote. If you're a sub of mine on Twitch, there's an emote of me having a whoa face.
Well, I gotta check it out then.
Absolutely. But you got it well, this one as well. You saved it. Now hole 3. Gonna go with the next one. Didn't fall into the pit. A lot of people, when we played this before, fell into that little pit over there. You did not. Well done. But now, should you just wait and let it happen? Or, oh no, you're actually giving it a little bit of a nudge. Getting that double bogey. I don't know if that's good, but it sounds cool. Double bogey just sounds really awesome.
Well, it's not
Chat,
really good.
Chat is like sellout. Chat says I sold out. No. I wanted to use the last few TCS shows to sell out. Chat. I'm just trying to push my content. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Let's see how Barney is doing. How did you come up with that nickname, dude? I like it. Has a really nice ring.
The first is my nickname. Barney is my nickname, and Barnabas is my real first name.
Barnabas is your real first name. That's an absolutely epic first name.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Strike.
Damn, that's actually, damn, my name is Thomas. This freaking boring. Like, oh no, are you saying the host distracted you?
Yep. I want to replay this hole.
Oh, that was a nice shot though. No, but such a nice angled shot, dude. Oh, really. Oh no, this is so unfair. This is so unfair. Obi-Wan basically rubbing his hands right now. And there it is. 10. Oof, bruh.
Wow.
Oof, you only have 35 seconds left. And it is, you went up to hole 5 with 15 strikes.
Yeah, I don't know if this is good or not. But
16 actually, because there's one on the screen.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's a rough one to get. Oh my god. Oh. The thing is, once you try to go too hard, you kind of lose control, and then it's really hard to get the ball in the hole. But you got it with 7. Currently, hole 6. And you got another 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't hit it too often. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. 6 holes, 23 strikes for Barnabas, which was one of my favorite names ever. Seriously, I'm not kidding. I love your name, dude. Barnabas. Where's that name from?
The Bible.
Okay, bro. Okay.
Where's that name from? The Bible. All right, bro.
I've never heard it elsewhere, so
okay.
I guess it's from there.
Well, so is Thomas, though. So, yeah, I guess we're Bible bros now. I don't know if I can say that. But anyway, how about we get a room, guys. How about we move over to Obi-Wan's stream, who is still testing the waters and training a little bit with the nice little red flag in the back. Obi-Wan, can you get yourself ready to compete? Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, then let's go. In 3, 2, 1, go! And here we go. Obi-Wan, who also has a pretty cool name. The 1 is written in a very interesting name. That's why first I thought you only speak French or something, but apparently you don't.
It's true. I am, let's say, multilingual.
Multilingual. How many languages do you speak?
3.
3 languages.
That's
and
not that much, but
no, I mean that's
all right.
that's better than a lot of people. So that will be English, German. We heard you speak German in the pre-show.
And French. Yeah.
And French. Okay, there you go. Was there ever any other language you wanted to learn?
I guess like maybe Spanish. That would be.
Ay, okay. Que rico. Very nice.
Buenas tardes.
It's a beautiful language. It's a beautiful language. I'm slowly trying to learn Russian. That's a rough language to learn, my dude.
Oh, yeah.
I know a few words yet, and I know one thing that in German rhymes with the word Zuckerblatt. Let's see if chat can figure out what it is.
I have my idea.
Yeah. No swearing on the stream. Just make German words out of it and it'll be fine. Zuckerblatt, Rush B. That sounds cute, doesn't it?
Rush B, Zuckerblatt.
Zuckerblatt, Rush B. It's like you're telling your romantic partner to rush B. Isn't it nice? I love it. I'm gonna call my wife like that from now on. She's gonna love it. Oh, you're the first one ever. Oh no. Oh my god, I thought you had it. You got it into the pipe. That would have been the first time ever in the history of the TCS eSports League that somebody got it into the pipe. Oh, so close. But actually, nice plays. I'm not sure if those little touches count as one touch individually every time. I hope not. We have another minute on the clock for Obi-Wan. I don't know. I think this is hole 5. I'm not sure anymore. Dude, effortlessly.
There's one, dude.
Effortlessly hole in one. Can we get some hype in the chat? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
You play golf, Barney?
Not in Rocket League.
There you go. It looks like... Oh, but it looks like if Obi-Wan can get this one, he will win. It's only 30 seconds left on the clock, so make sure to make it count. If you get this one, you win the 4,000 credits. Is he gonna play with it? Is he gonna go? Is he gonna go straight in, or just? Is he gonna try to show off a little bit? And boy, ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner with 15 seconds on the clock. How many more holes can you do in 15 seconds? This is a rough one. Let's see if we can still do it. 9, 8, 7, 6. Make this hole or bust. 4, 3, 2, 1, and oh, close, but no cigar. But ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner of tonight's TCS Esports League halftime show, and it is none other than Obi-Wan. Well done. Congratulations. Well done, Obi-Wan. How do you feel after your epic victory?
Dude, I want to thank my family and Barney for being so bad. What? That's not what I wanted to say. Sorry.
Okay. We got the toxicity. We got the toxicity. We got the. That's actually what. That's your last words. That's your final words. Dunking on your losing opponent.
Maybe.
Really? Okay. We can leave it like that. 4,000 credits go to you. Congratulations. And Barney Barnabas. I have to say your full name. I love it. Barney Barnabas. Why? What happened?
Why? Yeah,
what happened?
I never played. Yeah, Obi-Wan was too good for me. He was just a better player tonight. I gotta say that.
Well,
I take it back, Barney. I'm sorry.
There can only be one winner, and I guess tonight he was the Obi-Wan. I'm on a roll with the jokes tonight, bro. Crazy.
Well done.
Obi-Wan, well done. Both of you, well played actually. That means Obi-Wan is gonna get the 4,000 credits and Barney Barnabas is gonna get the 2,500. We're going to talk to you after the halftime show to make sure you get those credits. With that, I hope you guys have a beautiful evening, both of you. I hope you have a great rest of the week ahead of you. Don't get sick. Make sure you wash your hands and stay distance and everything. We're not done with the thing yet. And thank you so much for joining us. I hope to see you in chat, you guys. Good night.
Good night. You were welcome.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that was it for the TCS Esports League halftime show for. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Strike, as you can see down here. If you want to see me on Twitch 3 times a week, just go to twitch.tv/strike. If you want to see my very bad tweets and very blurred photos, you can go on socials with that guy Strike. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again. Now we're going into Slightly Salty versus Edelweiss, and I'm very proud and happy to hand it back over to the dashingly dazzling Digital Bacon and the effortlessly effulgent The Eternal J. Have a beautiful night. Thank you.
Salz und die Suppe.
And welcome back to the TCS eSports League. Shout outs to Strike for providing an excellent half-time show. And of course, congratulations to the competitors that got their Rocket League credits. But now we're playing for the real dough, for the opportunity at the upper bracket in the TCS eSports League finals. Edelweiss are taking on Slightly Salty. As you can see, the bracket on screen does show the Coconutters are waiting for them in the land itself. And well, for one of these teams, they'll look to go ahead and join them. It's a bit of a catch-22 in the series because, yes, you are taking on the best team that came out top seed in the league, but you are also looking for that secondary lifeline against the likes of the teams in the lower bracket as well. So, yeah, for Edelweiss and Slightly Salty, a lot to play for in this one. And Slightly Salty have already got the one up. They already beat Edelweiss in their regular season in Week 5.
Yes, but that was the match where they were playing up against Batu on the roster as well instead of Polar, and it was the match that made the team change Batu on out and bring Polar on in. So it's not exactly the same squad, and it's got to be said, since bringing Polar on, they are looking a much better team, a lot faster, a lot more aggressive. So it's going to be a very interesting one, Jay. But the most interesting thing, this is the first time since Season 1 that Edelweiss, Slashback, in previous seasons, Servette Geneva, are not the top team. Back in Season 1, it was Lausanne who were the favourite teams back in that season, of course. And then Season 2 and onwards, we've changed the format to this current one. And since then, it has always been Edelweiss on top. So now that we've got Coconuts up there, perhaps this is a new experience for them and one that they're not ready for. What would the story be like if we see Edelweiss lose today, my dude?
It would be a very interesting one, to say the least here.
It's one you can't even fathom, right?
Yeah. Exactly. It's like Edelweiss, the Fairs-led sides of Edelweiss or Servette Geneva in previous, they've always been the teams that have come out on top. So for them to not be in the first place position, for them to not already be in the LAN finals, that in and of itself is already a completely foreign concept to me and you. So looking at them being in this position right now, it's definitely a brilliant moment for them over on a Slightly Salty side, knowing that they were partial to this being a result. But they could come back to bite them in the end of the day, Bacon. Again, this is a new Edelweiss compared to Week 5. There's a new roster with Polar, who will be at the LAN with the Edelweiss camp and all. So right now, I'm looking forward to seeing them being able to do this. I'm all about the Edelweiss camp for my prediction.
I am as well. It's got to be Edelweiss. They're tried, true, and so tested. But Slightly Salty have taken down once before. Who knows? It could happen again. No one drops out at this point. This is a safe match, but it is the match to go into the upper finals, to go into that LAN position with a lifeline. So a lot is weighing on this one.
Absolutely. Slightly Salty in the white half, blue represented on Edelweiss as we kick things off in game number 1. Can Edelweiss return revenge against the team that forced them to make their roster change? It's Polar initially in the front field, looking for that first shot for the Edelweiss side, but a bit of a back and forth early game here. One shot opportunity there for Slightly Salty, one attacking onus there for Edelweiss. Now back in Salty's control. Set up for Juju here as he is pushed out on the midfield line. Mirror is there to receive the ball. He's got to beat out Carbo. Carbo blocks it, puts it off to the corner, so not quite to be in the early game for him.
Got to remember as well, Edelweiss was the only team to be able to take down the Coco Nutters. So, of course, with that changeover to Polar, which, again, was enforced, has really changed up his team. But look at that. Safez wearing the Superman decal again today, Jay. Is he feeling it?
Well, listen, he's been feeling it for a very long time. He is the only player to have won every trophy in the TCS eSports League. Remember, the Servette roster from Season 1 was completely different. Mirror wasn't there. Zafair was, though. And the lineage carries on with him as he looks to defend his dominance and his honor as being the best Rocket League player, win the best Rocket League team in Switzerland. He's starting off a fantastic opening goal for him. Polar back downfield. Mirror still takes the shot. Carbo not bumped out of the way. If Polar got that shoving on him, he would have been able to clear out the back line. That would have been a goal.
Feels crazy thinking all the way back to that first season. Flav, Sack, and Safair, and only one continued after that season. in the TCS Esports League, but how far is Calm, of course. We did see mirroring on the Sur side in the opening season. Just trying to think about Polar, first season coming on in mid-season and performing, really showing his RLCS caliber. Slightly salty. Apart from Carbo, Juju and Timo have been battling on through each and every season, getting to the spot right now where they look like true contenders. Going 1 goal down in the early portions shouldn't really bother them too much. They can definitely work their way back into this game.
Especially with the defensive that they are posted up, and the offensive line that continues from Edelweiss will almost hit past behind it. Polar and Zafair with their shots, Mirror coming up in the area. Trying to see if they can continue that pressure, but it is returned back by the slightly salty side. Polar beating out one good player, has no booster challenge the second, still does it on a 50-50, but Carbo back in the Juju team is going to chase forward. Good challenge, sent that one wide, however, by Zafair. His defensive holds, and Carbo back off the backboard. Zafair is going to get there before he does, so no attack found by slightly salty. Halfway through this game already, and we're looking down to 1-0.
Yeah, and right now I'm trying to look towards Slightly Salty and think who's going to be the difference maker here. We already talked about Polar on that Edelweiss side making the difference. Their monstrous wealth of Coconuts has made the difference. Always these international players coming on in with different experience, but Carbo is one which doesn't have that same name, doesn't have that accolade about him from being in the RLCS, but no doubt he is definitely bringing a great deal of power to this Slightly Salty squad.
Timo and Carbo receiving this ball, clearing it out. Zafair sends it up to the ceiling. Polar with a bit of a miss, actually. That ball sent to the backboard as it's cleared back by Slightly Salty. Mirror up, Carbo back in. Good opportunity for him to score, but Zafair still in the net itself. Gets it outside of the box, controls in against Timo, almost sets up Mirror for an opportunity. Polar's got to come forward instead. Here with the ball from the corner, pitches it back in. Mirror shoved out of the way, so no attacking play can be generated by Edelweiss. Instead, Carbo comes back to return, but he's still unable to get a definitive shot on.
Yeah, it's been quite a defensive game so far, with both teams really trying to cover every single possibility. You can see easily right there, Carbo ready to jump onto that 50-50, but Zafair had it locked down.
Outside of the box, the ball gets cleared. Polar comes up to the ceiling. Mirror trolls back into the corner. Second touch won't be allowed. The demo is in against Polar, so he's not going to be allowed to continue the attacking force. Zafair gets beaten. Carbo with the receiver. Polar's already in the net. No, he misses. And there it is for Salty. We're back to 1-1.
And this is going to hurt because Polar's there thinking, I should have saved that every single day of the week. This first game has been a little bit slow, a little bit awkward. This is more like what we expected in lower brackets in that 5th place, 6th place match. So, Carbo, I thought he was going to be able to sneak it, but Mirror does hold the line. But it's just that case of these two teams really trying to feel each other out, probably thinking about their opponents more than they're thinking about themselves.
Oh, Polar. Good shot in, however, it's still getting closer and closer to getting that scoreline. You're right about that. Ball in for Carvo, beaten out. On the backboard, it will go no further than that. Clear away from Juju. Found to Timo on the backboard again. Zafair with a clear away. Out into no man's land, the ball hits the floor. And our first overtime of the day comes in our last series, but our first game of said series. Edelweiss pressing onwards here with Mirror onto the kickoff of the OT point. So that corner is where they'll be playing from. Carbo able to receive it. Zafair back in, crosses past the box. No teammate in the center line to be able to receive it. Polar can try to challenge off the corner though. At least dribble in, but doesn't go to the back of the net.
Yeah, with how close the two matches down in that lower bracket portion were, I am surprised as well that this is our first OT. We're coming through a very important time. For me, the interesting part is you would expect with slow awkwardness that Edelweiss could really step on up, try and pick up that pace, but for some reason, they're just not sure of themselves. And that is leading me to sort of think about what's going on with that team. But how was that just made it through? Mirror coming out of nowhere.
I didn't see that coming either. Clearly neither did Slightly Salty. Zafair, kind of a bit of a fake, actually.
Yeah.
That was really, really smart. Okay. Teamwork from Edelweiss. That's the opening game.
I mean, a true magician right there. You know, you try and divert attention to one thing, and the trick happens elsewhere. And Mirror, I mean, you couldn't really call it better than Smoke and Mirrors, right? It's just entirely that right there. He's just coming in from a blind spot where you can't see. Us as casters couldn't see, and completely catching everyone off guard.
Caught off guard here for this opening game. Edelweiss with the start, slightly salty. Pushed onto a back foot very early on in this one, but like you mentioned, that first game all about reading your opposition and both teams focusing on each other more than they do focus on themselves. So game 2 could be the time for adjustments. Juju and Polar will be taking the kickoff onus. The ball sent off the side wall for Zafair. Still challenges and puts that inside the box. So first little bit of pressure coming in from Edelweiss. Won't amount to an attack here. Good attempt on the clear away. Carbo there to receive that ball from the corner board. Looking for the second touch. And that is pretty brilliant here. Opening goal found by Slightly Salty this time.
Going in for the boost steal and coming out with a goal. I mean, talk about, you know, having your cake and eating it right there, Jay. He's just had a golden opportunity served up for him.
Big way back in here for Slightly Salty. Polar up into the corner, pushed away by Carbo. Mirror gonna beat them all out. Takes the ball back into the corner play, and the sideboard out for Polar. Sends it up, allows Juju a chance to strike. Timo's going to try to bump the fair out of the way. He's unable to do so though. Ball gets blocked, and now two salty players get in the way of each other here. Does send one back into the defensive half, so it can hold itself together. Mirror off the backboard though. Carbo's got to disrupt.
Sorry, I love that term, two salty players getting in the way of each other. Just, no, they're on the same team. Why they're salty, not really, it's just name. But, oh, where is the defense here? This wasn't a fast player. Oh, look, Timo just receives it. Looking towards Polar.
I can't believe he read the player that was trying to bump him out of the way. Like, had Mirror got that shoved, then there would have been no attack at all. That's pretty impressive, actually. Timo, credit to you. 2 goals in the first minute, Slightly Salty. Well, they were the team that beat Edelweiss in the league, so let's look at that and see how good they are. Ball off the backboard, Carbo with another! Ooh. Oh, just blocked by Zafair, and Juju makes it 3-0.
And this is crazy, once again, using those bumps, but Mirror jumping across the net like that, no reason for it. Edelweiss, it's like they're having a panic attack right now, Jay. 1 minute and 5 seconds on in, and many people would already call this game too dumb.
I think so, yeah. Edelweiss have usually proven themselves to be a team with comeback potential, though. Let's see if maybe there's an opportunity against them here. Well, I mean, look at those fast balls. That just goes to prove my point right there and then. Blocked by Carbo, though.
Why?
Is he going to be able to punish that? No, the backline holds itself together here for Edelweiss.
I don't know what on earth is going on with Edelweiss right now, but time is definitely in their favor, and if they can, you know, they've got 3 minutes to fix their house right now, you know. Make sure that there's no more leaks going on. No damage to be done further down the line, but boy, oh boy, is this shaky for Edelweiss, and that is not something you ever say.
Indeed it is. 4-0. That ball just being bounced on the line for Timo. It's a goal for him, his second in this game. Goal here for Carbo and Juju each as well, seeing if they can also get 2 goals apiece. Ball's back over towards the back lines into the backboard. Polar wraps around, goes in for a dribble play, pushed out by Timo. Juju here with a decent touch up and over. Zafair's going to try and grab that 100 boost, and the one in the back line. Still miss out control of this ball though. And it continues looking scrappy. Edelweiss had that one good shooting moment where they sent the ball very fast on towards the white net. It was blocked anyway. And at the halftime marker, it's still a hell of a task to come back from 4-0.
It is indeed, because you look over towards Slightly Salty, and they're not doing anything incredible. They're not doing anything bad, of course. They're just playing super solid, I wouldn't say quite basic Rocket League. They're throwing in a couple of fakes here and there, sure, but they are making double commits themselves. it really comes down to Edelweiss here, not thrown, but just not really being on the same page. It looks like communication is a massive issue. So Slightly Salty are a strong enough team. If Edelweiss is not on their A game, Edelweiss would lose. So Slightly Salty, you know, deserve just as much credit right now. But that's a good passing play.
That's what you want to see more of. You mentioned the communication being a bit of a problem, but that was a hell of a setup and a hell of a finish there from Zafair. And that's the start of their game at last. Still 2 minutes to bring back 3-goal deficit here, Bacon. Again, in any other team, I'd count them out, but this is Edelweiss we're talking about.
Yeah, I was starting to think was like losing to Nesix at the weekend just too much for Zafair and getting some like PTSD flashbacks on the field, but maybe it was just, you know, a bit of a funk they were in. 1 minute 40, 3 goals is possible, but I just want to see more of that from Edelweiss. You know, build up, use this game to learn, go into game 3, revitalize, and take it 3-1 from there on.
Got all the work to do for the Edelweiss side, and they are being pushed back into the midfield. Zafair's going to try and hold it. The rotations are able to get decent amounts of boost. Mira's got to go up here. Zafair gets bumped out of the way. Challenged by Timo, puts that into the corner. Holler's got to try and follow it suit here with a decent flick. A challenge on 2 individuals, however. They find that pinch away. Zafair misses his touch on the ball, grabs the 100. Mira now tees it up past the first. 2 more players to beat, and again they send it out. Zafair back in. A bit of a light touch though, so the best he can do is cross it outside that box, not get it inside. And half the time is gone here for Edelweiss's comeback. They still need to find those 3, and they're just shooting really basically. They can't find anything.
And solid defense ready for that from Slightly Salty. Again, not really putting on anything fancy, and especially when you're 3 goals ahead, Slightly Salty is just wanting to sort of control this game, make sure that Edelweiss don't have anything incredible to throw at them. They just take it here and now in this game too.
That was the perfect play for Zafair. That's going to be frustrating for him, more than it was for me right then. Ball sent up and over down the center line, teed away by Juju. Follow up off the sideboard from Timo. Dribbles it past 1 and 2. Ball's dangerous, but gets away regardless. Doesn't matter if this goal comes in, which it does from Carbo. A 5th for Slightly Salty to reinstate the 4-goal lead, but they've got game 2.
They do indeed, and that's cheeky from Carbo diving on in there, and it really goes to show the problem that Edelweiss has happened. If a random dive is not able to be covered, this Edelweiss would drop to Sparks, you know, quite easily, I think, as well. Because Sparks were looking on form today. So, that, I mean, that's got to give them a lot of joy going on into those LAN finals. But Slightly Salty here, the joy they would feel being able to go into the upper bracket. I know it's only game 2 out of 5, Jay. I don't want to count my chickens early, but what is going on with Edelweiss today? They just, I don't know, they just don't look like they're feeling it.
Well, Zafair's definitely taken a moment to discuss that with his teammates, obviously. I had a bit of a moment of hesitation before he read it up. Extra 15 seconds to discuss, figure things out, because need to find a way to disallow that 3rd game from going in the favor of Slightly Salty, especially if they're playing like that in that particular 2nd game. Then that's where things could get really, really dicey here for Edelweiss. They've got to get an early lead, and then they've got to do damage with it. Juju teed up, Carver trying to bump players out of the way here in the midfield line of the kickoff. Mira's going to get the first attacking opportunity, beats out one of the box, but Carbo takes that out of position. Zafair's unable to maintain his position. He's got to rotate back alongside Polar in the defensive. They will tee it away from the attacking line. Mira forced back out. Polar can't maintain his position. Carbo counter-attacking alongside a pass in from his teammates. Zafair has to defend against that, but he needs backup. He's dead out of boost.
That he is. Double commit coming out there between Mira and Polar. Again, issues still hurting Edelweiss. Earlier on, they were looking to try and get a little bit physical and just run it downfield, but now getting demoed themselves, that's going to hurt them on the boost front. Mira gets high here, looking for a second touch, but that's well cleared away by Timo. Great job to run it down the line.
Polar into the corner. Carbo, no boost involved for him. Zafair and Timo taking this ball back over towards the back line. Juju getting involved. Pinch away from Zafair. Send this up off the back ball. Will go into Polar next. Denial by Carbo back into the midfield line. Timo turns it away. Mirror again. Sent away as Juju tries to sideline it, put it back inside the box. Zafair takes that out of position. Juju here with the cross back to his teammates. Where's the second man? It's Carbo coming in with a decent dribble play. Denied by Polar as he descends from the heavens. Juju back in though, bounce to the corner. Opportunity available for Timo to take it, but not going to happen. The defensive for Edelweiss is able to hold this time. Haven't got much to generate on the attacking side though. It's right back played in by Slightly Salty.
It is good win there by Mirror, but and Zafair's actually lined up really well. So rotations and positioning definitely starting to come on through. Polar looking to get that out to Zafair, but what a read that was by Juju to make sure to just cut that on out. Now, do the lads, got Carbo back. Slightly Salty are just more favourable at the moment. Edelweiss still a little bit disjointed, and Slightly Salty is just playing the right game. It's not flashy, as we've seen, but it's just really putting a lot of hurt onto the Edelweiss squad.
Ball off the backboard, Timo in, takes it up, turned away by Zafair. Polar now involved alongside Zafair on the attack. Double commit from Juju and Carbo. Juju gets demoed out, allows Timo a chance at Carbo to get back into the corner, grabbing the 100, boosting it up. Mirror's got nothing to work with, so going to put it right back down into said corner. Polar's going to try and follow it up, and he can take it off the ceiling, back down inside the box. Timo with the clear away on the defensive play. Still 0-0 past the halftime marker, approaching 2 minutes on the clock. Ball up for Polar. Mirror put it back. Carbo dunks it down. Zafair gets challenge involved at the midfield line. Edelweiss just struggling getting themselves into the attacking half here. They haven't really been having any major opportunities for like the last 60 seconds or so.
No, they haven't. Which is interesting as well. You can start to see Edelweiss wanting to pick it up. Again, it's off the back of a lot of just personal prowess. This feels like Edelweiss are playing solo standard or something, Jay. I guess new Rocket League players wouldn't know that. We don't have solo standard anymore in ranked. So that's a weird thought right now. That's only ever, occurred to me. But they're starting to match up in themselves, getting just a lot better personally. Going into the next game, they should be able to get to a stage where they can start to put those team plays on in. And wow, point proven, just one-on-one.
Zafair with a challenge on Juju. Polar with his chance set up perfectly. Gets it past the last man with a fast enough ball. Carbo on his way back to the net, but was a little bit too late to the marker. And Edelweiss struggling in this game, but they're coming out on top. 1 minute and 25. Look at the attack from Timo and Carbo back in once again. Perfect shot. Mirror just gets back over to deny on the defense. Polar with his own dribble plays. To the back ball we go. Another time Zafair cross into the box. Mirror trying to receive it and go for a summed up shot. It's not going to happen for him though. Carbo, open net, sends it off wide rather than taking control. It would have given him enough time to rotate, yeah, sure, but just a wasted shot and opportunity there.
Slightly Salty are going to really start trying to turn it on up right now. As beforehand, they were just playing because it was working. You didn't need to do anything extra. It made Edelweiss awkward, so keep at it. You don't need to do any more, any less. But now that Edelweiss got that goal, really stepped it on up. Slightly Salty are going to naturally step it on up, and you can see Timo waiting on that backboard, expecting Carbo to get through it, and that had been a perfect cherry picker moment.
Not to beat for Mirror though. Polar backed up, blocked in by Zafair. Timo's going to take control, continues to send it to the sideboard, letting it up for Carbo, beats out another defender, backboard play, inbound, cross too far wide for Juju. And Zafair has the ball now, 15 seconds as he takes it in, sent out. Polar, no boost left, involved towards the corner. Juju beaten out, Mirror goes up. Timo and Juju involved, 5 seconds left. They'll try clear it away, they'll try take it towards the corner, sent up. Mirror taps it to the floor, and Edelweiss have the lead in the series.
By the skin of their teeth, that was looking close to really going to another OT. But Edelweiss showing that experience, showing that they've been here before. Well, to the LAN finals anyway, that they're going back to where they belong in that upper bracket match. And Slightly Salty are going to have to bring something slightly better, something slightly stronger if they want to dislodge this Edelweiss squad and really, truly cause an upset.
Game 4 once again. Let's see whether Edelweiss can end it early or whether we're going to another game 5 in our best of 5s here. Again, the upper bracket spot, the extra lifeline in the LAN is on the line here for the likes of Slightly Salty. Edelweiss pressing forward this ball. It's an up and over into the midfield. Carbo takes it up. 18 points of boost to his name, dribbles it up and over, trying to leave it inside of the box, but no, Polar tees it away. Mirror comes forward, challenges him. To the sideboard we go, back off towards the corner. No boost left for Mirror, he still carries it pretty far forward. So far as crossing into the box with Zaffair, hunting for his moment. Ball sent closer, Zaffair with his chance. Demo's out one, Polar waiting for his moment as well, but a little bit further back in the midfield, so they have breathing room to work with. They can counter, defend and clear and go back into the attacking half.
That they can. Problem is right now, Slightly Salty, one after the other, just cutting on in to Edelweiss's passes. Polar, rightfully done, send it to the corner, but that demo by Timo is big and really hurts any exit paths that Edelweiss can take.
Carbo wasting all his boost on a fruitless dribble play. Poor rest back with Edelweiss, so they get it to the white corners. Affair with a miss, however. Emira's got to play them out of the midfield line. Lacks in boost, but missed the midfield 100. Polar still finding his Affair at the very least. These two players are going to combine with each other a little bit wide. Oh, that challenge almost sends it on. Full missed, and Edelweiss will punish.
I mean, what a play by Affair there. Into the post, two defenders not expecting that at all, and then just a clean follow-up from Mirror. I mean, many people would call that lucky, Jay, but it all came off Zaffair winning that 50-50, right?
Absolutely. What a perfect moment from him, what a perfect play. Back into the midfield, miss from Mirror. Carbo goes up, Zaffair. The sideboard bounce, Juju involved, Polar clearing it out. Timo has to leave it to Zaffair, who has all the control in the world! And he wins another challenge, this time to take it directly to net and go up 2-0 for Edelweiss.
As I always say, Jay, it's the captain's job to step up when it matters most, and he truly has stepped on up in this game 4. Given the opportunity over towards Mirror, and here getting the second goal for Edelweiss. Slightly Salty, going to be slightly sweating right now, but there is Carbo. The German has got a response.
That's one. Just one. Is there a second? Is there an opportunity for Edelweiss to concede? Slightly Salty getting involved on the kickoff. That ball sent to net already.
No, Timo!
Can't do anything to it. Zaffair scored another one. Another kickoff challenge right down at the midfield line. And we're back to 2 on the lead.
It might just go down as a simple kickoff goal there, Jay, but it was all on Zafair's lightning fast responses to beat out Juju. Timo then just absolutely flabbergasted, could not get up in time, and we're nearly at the halfway mark, and this has been an absolute shocker of a game number 4, and really bringing a lot of hype. Can Slightly Salty turn it back on around? You can see they're getting slightly fired on up, but Edelweiss now have got spirit behind them.
2.5 minutes, Polar just takes it up, Zaffair takes it in, hat-trick for the captain. And this is all falling apart for Slightly Salty now.
So I talk about spirit behind them, but they've also got Zaffair ahead, up in attack. A hat-trick, as you said, over 500 points. Well, 3 goals needed for Slightly Salty. It is going to be a momentous task. Polar and Mirror starting to find each other. Polar can't finish it off, but look at Zaffair back in midfield, really giving coverage and support to his 2 teammates.
Ball off the sideboard, Demo in, Mirror coming up. Beats out one, goes back down in against the second, pushed in with Polar on the pull shot. Zaffair looking for his 4th. Polar might get his opportunity to get his 1st in this game. Not like it'll matter, it'll be pressure and time wasted, even if they can't score. Carbo can though, And once again, we're within 2.
Great bump by Juju there, but Carbo to finish this off was clinical. And you're right, brings them back into contention. That's 2 goals from him now. Juju and Timo have got to be looking to get involved even more. Carbo can't just single-handedly pull this one off. Mira, great connection off the back of that from Polar, and Juju's done right. You can see the clearance downfield was looking for Carbo, but it was a little bit too skinny. It's too much down the center. It really needed to find the wall for Juju to be able to get onto. Sorry, Carbo.
Juju turned away from all off the backboard. Polar has got no boost to handle this. Mira does. Takes it high. Aerial dribble past Timo. Carbo going to be involved in the defense challenges. That one player's affair's also got 100. Pinch right into him. Perfect cross. He's found another. He's found 4. Zafair playing the supportive element all series long, but here in game 4, he's just exploded out of the gates.
And this is why he is the 5-time champion every single season. He has got the trophy back home for the difference maker on the pitch. Slightly salty. Got to be slightly deflated. Jay, 50 seconds left on the clock. Whilst it is possible, with attacks like this coming on through, and it just feels like they're coming up against a wall of Edelweiss. That wall was just one single man half the time. Polar wants to put us away, a cheeky goal, but he's just set out force affair to get his 5th.
And a 6th for Edelweiss overalls affair. Clearly feeling aggrieved, clearly wanting revenge for the mid-season defeat, the only defeat they suffered in league play. Not even Coconutters could trump Edelweiss. Slightly salty could though. And I guess for Edelweiss right now, revenge is a dish best served cold. And on this warm summer's day at the end of May, it is a dish of ice for Edelweiss. Slightly salty, 15 seconds to their demise. An effort they had put in, it looked close from the game 2 onwards, but it's all over now. Maybe one consolation can roll in, not even that for Carbo. It's defended again, and that seals it. Edelweiss are back, baby, conquering the only hurdle that stood in their way in league play, and moving on to take on the Coconutters in round 1 of the TCS eSports League LAN Finals.
It's got to be said though, each and every one of Safair's goals were assisted. 4 assists from Polar, 1 from Mirajay. So it's not just Safair stepping on up. It's easy to think that considering he got 5 of the 6 goals. But as you look at the scoreboard, I mean, you get more points from goals, but Polar and Mira were involved as well. On the opposite end, over on Slightly Salty, I think this change in pace, it was just so unexpected, and Slightly Salty were not ready for it, were they?
No, it definitely felt like they won, and it was a great effort from them. They still looked like they had some sort of opportunity involved in that one, and I genuinely believed for a bit that they were going to hold it together, but it just wasn't to be in this one, Bacon. It really felt like a laboured effort off the back of that 3rd and 4th game. And for game 2, to see them going away with such a ridiculously one-sided scoreline, I'm kind of surprised it ended up being that way. I thought that Edelweiss were going to struggle and continue getting tripped up on their way to the victory. That wasn't to be at the end. It truly was a fantastic showing from them, and Edelweiss are just looking absolutely on point going into the LAN finals. And what a result that is, you know, what a huge victory for Edelweiss to re-establish their momentum, to move forward into the LAN finals with the victory against the only team that could defeat them in league play. Like, again, what a huge victory for those guys. And we'll head towards a short break to hear how good it is for them, as we do hear from one of the players from Edelweiss after this. Do not go anywhere. TCS eSports League rolls on and concludes after this.
Wenn ich das Gefühl habe, dass mir alles entgleitet und alles um mich herum zusammenbricht, weiss ich, dass ich mich auf ihn verlassen kann. Immer. Seit 125 Jahren an meiner Seite.
that close for the first 3, but the turnaround was good.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome
Hello.
back to the TCS eSports League. Well, we weren't expected to go live so early, but here we are.
I don't even have this up. What?
Right, okay, well, we're interviewing Polar. We didn't have any time to prepare for this, but welcome to the show, Polar. Congratulations for the victory. You guys are through to the LAN finals, and again, it's such a huge victory for Edelweiss overall, because before you were brought in, they lost to Slightly Salty, the only team that they were able to lose to in the entire TCS eSports League. So I wanted to know from your perspective, what have you brought to this team that's really allowed them to succeed?
I mean, I'm not really sure, to be honest. I think maybe just, you know, some extra mechanics and speed, because I think my game style and the way I play is heavily just off speed, you know, aerial plays, trying to make things awkward, you know, touches, you know, just kind of trying to add that extra aggression. And Mirror is, you know, a pretty aggressive player, so giving him more comfortability just to, you know, ball chase and do what he wants. I think it's definitely helped a lot more.
Does indeed. And I've got to say, today it felt very awkward coming on into it for you guys. The communication just was not really there. There was quite a few double commits. So what was it that really changed it up? Because when it came to that game 4, of course, you guys then started to find your form, and near enough, it felt like the plan was just fine to fair, you know?
Yeah. Warm-ups. We got warmed up, really. That's what I would say, to be honest. I mean, they played really well, especially Carbo. You know, one of the main game plan was take Carbo out of the game and we get the best chance, because he was popping off today.
Well, for you individually, we know that you were coming into this roster as a very experienced player. You've been playing in a lot of the RLCS regionals this year as part of Ricks or Howard or whatever other mixed team that you've been playing with as of late. I wanted to know about your professional, you know, placing in this particular team. Is this going to be just a national project, or are you looking to go further alongside Zafir and Mirror?
I'm not too sure yet. I mean, I did actually recently quit competitive for RLCS and stuff. So I think I'll probably stick to the international stuff for now.
And then straight up, you guys already know that you're going through to the LAN finals by finishing in top 3 spot, and you've already got the boot camp set on up. So straight off the back of that, when are you flying on out? How many days of boot camp are you doing? And basically, from the sounds of it, how seriously are you taking this? How badly do you want that trophy?
Yeah, definitely want it badly. I mean, I've played in a lot of these leagues before. You know, like Nitro League, the Italian league. You know, it's definitely an achievement to win these sorts of things. I think I'm flying out maybe June 10th. I think it's a couple of days before anyway, because there's exams going on for Mirror and that. So, but yeah, we want it. We want it badly.
Definitely with the winning attitude at this moment, you guys have trumped out the Slightly Salty side, but the other main contender for you guys is Coconut, as the team that came first in the league overall. And well, that'll be your first opponent in the league in the LAN finals. So you guys delivered an absolutely brilliant match in week 7. It was back and forth. It was a 3-2. You know, taking away from that result, what are you looking to employ against Coconutters at LAN?
I would say I'm just looking to completely stomp them. You know, just 3-0, you know, actually just make it seem like an easy win. I mean, me and Dead got that rivalry from being ex-teammates, so definitely looking to try and take that dub.
Well, looking forward to see how that rivalry pans out at the LAN itself. For now, though, you guys have got a big win, a lot of momentum heading into that matchup, and we're looking forward to see how well it plays out, because it's set to be an absolutely banger. Polar, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on the win, and good luck at the LAN. We'll look forward to see you there.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Well, there it is, Bacon. Edelweiss, a little bit shaky at certain points against Slightly Salty, but still able to come away with a confident 4th game and a confident showing overall. And that sets us up pretty nicely to look at the bracket overall. There you see it on the screens at the bottom end right there. Coconutters will be taking on Edelweiss at LAN, and Sparks have moved on against the Slightly Salty side in the lower bracket game. So we've set the stage for what things are to come at the Red Bull gaming world when the LAN rolls around here, Bacon. And I'm looking forward to this, actually, because this looks like a pretty stacked lineup of teams in TCS.
It really does. We've got 4 teams that, of course, turns into 12 players showing up. As you said, the Red Bull Game World in Lucerne coming up. in just, not this weekend, but the weekend after. So under 2 weeks now, Jay. And we've got so many sort of mainstays of the Swiss scene right at the top. But also those international players coming on in. We don't know the deal with Carbo because we haven't been told about that yet. We know that both Banana Man and Polo should be looking to make it on in. And Dev Monster is actually going to be playing from home. So who knows? Maybe Coconuts, that could be the difference maker there that doesn't get them win on land. Or who knows? Maybe the comfort of playing for home for Dead Monster gives them the win. There's so much up in the air and so many questions left to be asked, isn't there?
There really is. And I look at the whole situation. I look at everybody involved, and I'm thinking to myself that this is going to be a very interesting time, just because of the fact that all the players involved, everybody that's competing, they've really had to work hard to get to this position. It's been a season of firsts, a season of lasts for a lot of teams as well, but a lot of firsts involved, especially for the heavy hitters in Coconuts and Edelweiss. Those guys are going to be the ones that are looking forward to be the most likely victors. But in terms of Slightly Salty and Sparks, like, what are their chances of being able to pull an upset run?
Oh, definitely. Like, from what we've seen of Sparks today, they can really turn it up when it matters most. They've sort of taken on the role of the Swiss Incredible Rebels, you know, like, have just a decent regular season, but when it comes around to the playoffs, they turn it up. So I'm super excited to see how they play. And against that Slightly Salty side, I'm sorry, Slightly Salty, if you're listening in right now, but I think either of the squads could take it on the day. You know, Sparks are coming on through as that mid-table team, but with the performance of Slightly Salty today, just not being able to turn it up. Don't get me wrong, there was a lot of weirdness in that match, and so they just weren't able to respond in time. And of course, when we go to those LAN finals with the best of sevens and such, it could just really go any way whatsoever. I'm super excited, and it's all going to be about passion on the day. It really is all going to be about energy. And when we're getting back, since we're getting back to a LAN, energy is always at a max, isn't it?
Absolutely. Like, every LAN finals of TCS Esports League has always been absolutely mad, whether it be from the E Studios or up on stage at Hero Fest. It has been a couple of seasons since we have been at LAN, though, so I think this is definitely going to be a bit of a hallmark for the TCS Esports League and for the Swiss scene as a whole. So that's on the 12th of June, so make sure you're joining us there. Definitely, we're all going to be looking forward to being there. But before even that happens, next week, we're not done with the online action because we have the relegation tournament also to get through. Yes, over the course of the last handful of weekends, for those of you who've been tuning in and been competing in the Challenger Cups, we've found the 4 teams that look to challenge on Vision Gaming, Lausanne, and the Swiss Incredible Rebels for their spots in Season 7. So, Ace Republic and Lambo, Candle, Last Minute Peeps, those are the guys that are going to step up to the table, Bacon. And I'm looking at that and I'm thinking that Ace Republic, they're probably the team that are looking likely to do all the damage next week.
Definitely come through as that first team, gives them a lot of precedence in that tournament. But realistically, from seeing all 4 contenders play, anyone could take it. And Sir, Lausanne, and Vision Gaming should be afraid. Lausanne, of course, really, really turned it up at the end of the season. So whilst they're coming on in that sort of second seed, coming on through from the league play, they're probably the scariest team right there. But where one of the squads, the squad that comes out on top in that single round robin, gets an automatic bye, that automatic pass on through to next season of TCS Esports League, that is always the position you want to finish up as one of those Challenger Cup teams. After that, you've really got to show your skill in basically a head-to-head best of 5 matchup against already just proven TCS talent.
Absolutely, and those proven talents, again, Lausanne, Sir, Vision Gaming, they're all staple names of the TCS Esports League. And the question really remains, Bacon, can any one of them potentially be trumped by our Challenger Cup squads? That's all questions that will be asked and answered next week at the same time, the same place here on twitch.tv/TCS Esports League. We'll be looking to join you very, very soon for that one because it's just the last little step on the online season. And immediately on the weekend, we fly to Switzerland. Me and you, Bacon, will be there at the Red Bull Gaming World for the LAN finals. We are in the last week and a bit of action here in the TCS Esports League for Season 6. So make sure you're joining us here on the stream next week. Make sure you're joining us on stream if you can at the LAN itself over in Lucerne. But that's all we have time for you today. That's the last day of the actual league itself. That's the last day, the only day of the playoffs action. So on behalf of myself, the Eternal J, my co-commentator Jill Bacon, and all the production staff and admins behind the scenes here at TCS, I want to thank you all so much for watching and for listening. And we'll see you back here next week for the relegations of the TCS Esports League.
Allow us to introduce ourselves. We are the players, the members, and the fans of the TCS Esports League. We don't have big stadium shows, millions of viewers, or our own rap song. But you know what do we have? Our community, our casters, finals, and memes.
We don't play because we have to, we play because we love to. We have scored hundreds of goals from different angles, teams and players, but with one thing in common. If you ask us how to be a part of it, we got 2 words for you. Monday evening.